Coming to you live on www.kosifm.co.za. Hey, data.
Hola.
What's up, brothers?
Coming in hot.
Ngifodile my brother.
Kuyabona fana.
Ngifodile.
Kuyabona.
Joe, what's the money ungiphethelele injections eyi2 kutu. Same time, yeah. Bona fuela yatsama.
Guys, what kind of flu was that?
I get it, bro.
He calls me, he's like, hey,
I was dying.
I
was dying.
Maybe get jealous. You
know. Good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you're listening to Khosi FM at www.kosifm.co.za. Wherever you're listening from, thank you so much for taking your time and your data. Listen to us literally today, coming to you live on Pretoria West, number 702 Mkhwanazi. More West Vimo Denville. No Ramaphosa. I know these guys are watching and are listening to us as well.
That's good.
Thank you so much, guys.
Aware.
That's good.
So I'm saying, no, you are live.
We are international.
I'm so looking forward. To meet this guy.
To meeting them, eh?
Apparently, give a namaste.
Yeah.
Give a namaste.
Yeah.
Hello, you're a role model. Like he's a serious role model.
Why one?
I was in Alex the other day. They had a little men's conference last week, and I was like, yo, no shota fela ka jibili ka fela.
Yeah, so we are back, guys. We are live on Facebook, which is Khositsile Sekhongwane, and YouTube the Khositsile Sekhongwane live show. If you want to see us in studio, please tune in there. Or the Khositsile Sekhongwane. I want hey, you just go there, you'll find us there. And then Facebook on the and then you will see the brothers. I go on to Muscrini. I see the brothers by two Jibilika Le King Leo is here to come and give us this beautiful theme. But today is political Mondays, Bafaras.
Yeah.
Today is political Mondays. I
don't really like these topics.
What did you say? We need to talk about this.
Yeah, no, we need
I've been trying to avoid Kirk's thing. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I don't like the guy because he's full of shit. You
think?
I don't think I know. Some at home, Sandla. He's dead. It's fine. You understand condolences, the normal things. You can do that. To his family, you don't want people to be killed and stuff.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Mara, one thing I hate about this whole thing. Where's the game now the world has to stand still.
Yeah, just for one.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
For this guy is dead.
Yeah.
Now the world must stand still. People cannot say anything. People can't do whatever. You have to see. Hey. I'm like, fuck. I better get that day.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I think the issue actually is based on the fact that when he started talking shit about black people,
yes,
I think that's where the anger and the hatred of other black people came from.
Yeah.
But some of the things that he will say, they are on point.
Like?
Charlie, I didn't follow him that much, but I know that he was one of the guys, by the way, they were anti this whole homosexual thing.
I want to support.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
I support that.
Majita, even the apartheid, when you get to think about apartheid itself, it was if you were to compare apartheid with today,
yes,
the planning behind it and what the Boers wanted to achieve, it was a noble thing. The only mistake that they did, it was to exclude
other people.
Correct.
While it's in our own land.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Because they never wanted to become part of the international community.
Correct.
Shit happened when we became part of the international community. And that's why even the issues of now, you are being controlled of what you can say. You must accept things that are foreign to you. This is the reason why you see Britain right now is having a problem.
Correct.
And they are trying to chase away all the people that are immigrants there because of, they are saying that Britain has lost, is slowly losing its culture.
Yeah.
They are losing the essence of who they are.
Yeah.
That was another reason why they wanted to pull out of the European Union.
Yeah.
So they're losing being white.
Do you understand? They are using the British culture. Yeah, they're losing because now you must be accommodative of shit.
Right.
You
Yeah,
must be accommodative of things that. I mean, Britain right now. Most of the places in Britain, the mayors around the place, they're Muslims.
Yeah, they're all
Correct.
Bona the prime minister wako uchi talking was he the prime minister? This guy, he was an Arab, or Scotland. Only because he was born there, but he was a Muslim.
Oh yes,
He was born there, and
yes.
he was so he was pro trans and pro all this nonsense. But
Exactly.
our reason from that
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, before let's go and advertise Rabua just now. This show is brought to you by Mkhwanazi Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Mkhwanazi in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. Again, the address is 70 Mkhwanazi in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. And that is our sponsor for today, Mkhwanazi Medical Services and Clinic. They don't take any medical aid. They only take cash, which is $350 excluding medicine. So you wanna go please. Their services are very good. They're very good. They're doing professionals and they are the best Pretoria West as we speak. Well, but so 350 only gets you a very nice consultation, but without any medicine. Because the whole point is, 850 consultation, you get Panado, Panado allergics, and then you go away, paid so much money. We offer prescription.
We have experienced.
I can bear witness. I know they are good. I got 2 injections.
So shoot until go classic like raven wa khafela ra show ha bona dira na go tshei yo monna o sia motho dira ke monna o kutoria akana tsana go tlhare
yeah, so people must visit.
So please, just 350 guys, and then you are sorted. Okay, so today's topics, Charlie Kirk is dead.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the why he died.
Yeah.
Who was he in the first place? What he said. Even though it's not all he said in his whole life, but what he said affecting different races, especially us, black people.
Yeah.
Why black people don't like him. Some of them don't like him. Some of them who... There was another lady, Asarohani. Fuck, Charlie Kirk. Dude, and his family, F the family, F the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a guy celebrating like seconds after he was assassinated.
Yeah.
Right in front of him.
Exactly.
He was celebrating, and I was like, "Kanti, what is going on here?"
No, because Bon, when you talk Tabiso, sometimes don't stop trying to be politically correct in everything.
Sure.
You must choose your audience. You can't go to university with most of them are black and Hispanic and poor. Why should white people pay for your? People should pay for your should pay for your
school fees.
No. Why should black people get reparations?
But was it necessary for him to be killed, though?
You never know how many enemies he made.
That's my question.
Well, it's not necessary for him to be killed, but no,
the thing is, Charlie was a talker.
He was too
right?
Yeah.
And I believe that is the most safest way of, combat. because you are just viewing your own, feelings regarding certain topics in terms of how you see the world and how you
when it comes to black people receiving reparations, there seems to be a lot of pushback.
A racist in such a way that they love their culture to the extent that they will defend it with everything they have. I also don't like the things that he said about black people. I believe that most of the things that he said were very much unfair. But I was waiting for a day where, he would meet with someone who would challenge him toe to toe.
Yeah. Well,
but can I say something?
Before we go, I said I see the topic. Okay. That day, mabanga, bandla commission. It told me like it. Get a 4th day today. Mabandla to commission. 4th day vandag.
Yes.
4th day. Testimony that somebody said something else again. This is going to be the end of the ANC, this guy.
But ANC comrades, once they hear the name, they are shaking in their boots.
This one's going to end the ANC. So that Mkhwanazi is in there dropping bombs. Today was Masemola. I didn't even listen to that.
But how did we get here, Mar?
Exactly. We got here because we overlooked the thing. We ignored the obvious. The obvious is here and we just look the other way. Understand? You can see as a president. That's why the last question got: where is Ramaphosa? Do we have a president in this country?
We don't.
Do you have president in this country?
No, we don't.
We can't be asking that question.
I don't think we have a president in this country. We don't have anymore. Where is he, by the way?
That guy will only talk when he feels that his people, these illegal foreigners, are being threatened. That's when he comes and says, you vigilantes. Other than that, matters of the country, because that concerns him as the number one citizen of the country. His mom, he's quiet.
And the deputy president.
Paul.
Why are they both quiet?
Paul is fighting his own things there.
But he's fighting his own demons. But you see, I think like the question that you ask, how did we get here? As the ANC, I can tell you right now, which part of what you've said. Linyato. Undermining people. You see this thing of sometimes when you've got power. When you've got power, you think what you are untouchable. You think what is in those you understand? And you get a shock of your life when you realize that people actually they can stand on their own without you. Well, as a matter of fact, they don't even need you. And that for me, this is what is happening now to the ANC because of, like you say, after this thing, there's no coming back. There's no ANC anymore.
That's what I told the chairperson of the ANC around here. I don't know. Now he said something in the context of we know our people. I'm like, you do not know your people.
You see, that's the problem. The problem is to think that you'll always have people who are loyal to you, even if you're doing shit.
You're going to have this.
And it does not work like that. Someone said, no, but Ramaphosa, that was his agenda to destroy the ANC. There's no way that, again, he would have successfully destroyed the ANC if the ANC itself didn't have loopholes.
Yes,
correct.
Because of already, before Ramaphosa, ANC already had issues of corruption, this and this and this, you understand? And it's just, they were not that big in terms of people talking about it. But now, says Bankulu Gakulu. So what he has done is just open up these these wounds. Was Vula Gakulu, which is the increase. But they were already there. So ANC from the beginning, by refusing to listen to people, about Thabo Mbeki, for an example, I mean, Thabo Mbeki, we sort of like not really touch on him. Joe, we don't touch.
When they were supposed to be giving the AR.
Oh, Nakwele. Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is this, before we even get to that point, I mean, for me, Uguti azovula avume indaba zabo homosexuality and all these kind of things and same-sex marriages and all that. You understand? Already, bosobo Uguti, this is not something that these guys they care about the Africanism or representing us as abantu abamnyama, as Africans. So already from there, I lost interest. I lost interest from there. So Thabo Mbeki already had done a mess. Jay-Z tried to fix things by building places, doing this, doing that, doing that. But then, unfortunately, I'm hooked up with the Guptas, and from there, they got this big sticker of corruption and all that. Which I will say that was one of the first and the best ANC leaders that we had.
That ever had, yes.
Yeah. And then from the cupcake, vele and you understand?
Yeah.
So they say feel this thing. And I will tell you why. The reason why within the NEC themselves, no one came up with the idea to say, but guys, as ilung saying lento before, it crash. Yi lento ngutshela ngathi indaba the individualism, umona, selfishness and all that within the organization. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm sure what some people saw where they were going with last is your crash.
Yeah.
But they could not say what Asilung is this thing because nobody's gonna listen. And
this thing of factions. Having factions in the ANC, having Slatey, having constituency, the more you put people in your pocket, the more they will defend you even though they're wrong. Because I asked him, you are so quick to remove Mbeki and you blame Zuma for that.
Yeah.
You are so quick to remove Zuma. Who do you blame for that?
Yeah.
You blame Zuma still because of you. This one is here doing zero. You guys do nothing. 2026. Are you serious? Another 2 years this year plus next year of this. So why did you not? No, we cannot be seen to be. And you did for 2 presidents. Don't say you're not going to be seen to be doing Lensa president. You did it for 2 presidents already, who are doing a very good job.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna stand the Jay-Z because I love the man.
Yeah. By the way,
Barry Pentile is.
Barry.
Tell us. We want to know.
I was like, I'm a bra. Can't net man. No, we see how you comment on the podcast. I'm like, go put an in the cause. But cause if I make a non-favorite ANC, there is so I don't have them come to the show. I'm like,
no. But
when did that happen?
No, but then
I can motor why I don't know because of the way I was commenting on the portals. Modi WhatsApp. I'm like, I don't know, and because you align yourself with the opposition,
No.
Which one?
MK.
We don't speak politics of parties here.
No, but still, ANC must not come and talk nonsense. You cannot force us to favor you while you are doing shit.
Exactly.
We are here today because of the nonsense that the ANC has been doing. I mean, you understand? We are undermined today. We've got people in Cape Town trying to steal Cape Town and
but this, anything.
And everybody will. Look at what Cupcake did. He says ANC needs to learn from DA about how to manage.
Imagine.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
And that's a big scandal.
Now the issue is this. If you underperform, and you understand, if you are not competent, don't expect us to sound a big trumpet about you.
Yes.
And just to stick around with you for the sake of onses bras. Bras, but what is it that you're doing? You understand? So and that's how they get away with murder, these guys. It's because of they know what people will favor them because it's a liberation movement and then
Mandela and all that, yes.
Fuck, that shit is gone. Mandela is long dead. As a matter of fact, we don't even give a fuck. The bottom line is this. End of the story.
Well, according to him, no, when we've already discussed you. We have already discussed
that's what
you.
They do.
We discussed you, Khosi FM. No. They are now anti-ANC because you align yourself with the position. Nothing. MK. I gave each and every party the platform a balanced
MK.
Yeah, MK.
Nice corner fella.
But I've never denied.
Yeah.
I love that man. From ANC.
Yeah.
I loved him. And I'm not going to stop because somebody can actually have their own mind.
Yeah.
The other guy on the podcast how said the question you can see this line of question is anti. What do you expect people to do? If you guys are telling yourself or you can never be questioned by journalist or anybody else with a platform like us, objectively, and you expect us to sugarcoat things and then really button up lang khafela, how not to say you are the ruling party, you are the leader of society. We are supposed to see everything wrong about you and ask you about it. That doesn't make me anti-ANC. And I voted for ANC since I voted my brother till today.
And not really lucky because constructive criticism.
You should take it like
yes,
that.
You should take it like that. To say,
understand?
These people are still promoting me even though I'm not there. The fact that we are saying this, we are saying ANC this, ANC that. We are mentioning the name of the organization and you're not even paying a cent.
Exactly.
So not everything that happens to you is actually bad. You just have to sit and read the situation. So when you look at the way they're conducting themselves as leaders, ANC has been reduced to the level of scan harassment. People will sit around the table and discuss other people's problems while the house is coming down. You understand?
Of course.
For the fact that the leader will tell you, they are saying you are anti-ANC. You are a journalist. You go where the story leads you.
Exactly.
So,
and if I'm going to question you as a leader, leader,
you should
I'm going to come on top of you because we are seeing what we are seeing and asking why is that? People, why is that like that? Exactly. So how you hear the line of question of this? So is
that why they don't want to come to the interviews?
Let us have
I think the guys are spoiled, man. They're spoiled. They love to get the praises, even I mean, that's how it is. This is a mess. I mean, enough for me. I don't feel that ANC has represented us as black people in any form or kind. There's a lot of things that actually are just going wrong. Look, from the time we spoke, like 1994, what happened from 1994 until today? You've been experiencing nothing but moral decay.
Definitely.
Of the society.
Definitely.
Under the name democracy.
Fuck
the democracy.
Do you understand
what I'm saying?
Wrong democracy.
Exactly. Now,
democracy.
Now, Bashapa Stempesa Masipa, Barry Difani, and all those kind of things.
I mean, come on. No, it's again, Sheba. I think black people were given many things as pacifiers, as this PL dummy. A lot of things are already fewer. Like little repeats. We were bombarded with the rights, we were given freedom. Economy still. We are still living in townships. We are still. You have the right to get a grant. Grant that abortion 12 years. Yes, abortion 12 years. No, gay rights. Yeah, gay rights. You understand? How economic freedom in our lifetime? Baba makes spell
yes.
The real things are not leaders already have a right to do this and that. Economic freedom, where is it in our lifetime? Every promising in the law, now handle the company that guys, you're gonna do this thing. And you didn't do that. So where is it at the moment? We're not work too much, cut out. Like most of this guy can the same thing. Are not Bilma Zuma.
And when they come, and I was shocked because the numbers. And everyone tells us about or papela or foreigner, but the other one.
Yes.
Yeah. Then babo na ba khale bar sinya man. Are na ba ke go ntlu mole e be ke ba bulela ntja ba ke timitsa.
You know what you're saying? There's another TikTok clip. This guy baba.
So it's gonna be very bad for them. I feel so.
To live on Facebook, which is I can tell by the right-wing commentators. So he was a right-wing political commentator who's very pro-Trump, who's very anti-black, who's very anti-transformation, who's very anti-reparations and all that. So He has been shot last week by a sniper in one of his talks at Turning Point USA, one of the universities in Ohio. And then the other topic that Mkhwanazi was happening on Mbananga King, commissioner in Mabandla Commission now, which is on looking at the corruption of the SAPS and any justice system.
It's kept.
Mozambique, please comment on Facebook and tell us what you guys think about today's topics, or comment on YouTube as well. The causes is on.
But Donald Trump uyanyela. But I can't Donald Trump.
But seriously, where's that where do you get that from, Jim?
It's all over TikTok. apparently we are kakale out, and then
I thought the joke was alright, man. Maybe they're just joking with the man.
I'm telling you.
Well, come on.
Bona, they never became fat.
Well, people would believe because the guy hates South Africa. Eh? Yeah, I cannot.
Like I don't know why, but
no,
he hates South Africa.
The reason was Elon Musk. Elon Musk cannot salamufa that bad influence about us.
Where is he?
And I'm not like I can also how you always talk nonsense about.
But you see,
other things. So that is why
it's like Charlie. For me, to be honest with you, you know what happened to him happened. This guy.
Actually, it's being typical. This is how they
this is
behave.
typical white.
It is
how they behave.
It is. We're gonna come to him with some of these clips that he said. And then fella, you know, whatever he says about, especially the reparations.
Yeah.
So Ramaphosa is missing action. Don't know where president is. Last time meeting or ANC.
Well, now I came across convoy. I know I was going to run back and I saw the convoy going the other side of Joburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still alive at least.
Yeah, no, he's moving around.
Maybe some ANC leaders can tell us or didn't. Okay, that man.
No, I think it's trying to hide. I think it's trying to hide evidence so that he doesn't get caught if his name pops up. Stashing things around.
Mara, just imagine what's gonna happen after this inquiry. Mkhwanazi.
Yeah.
Yo, just imagine.
Okay, but
and they better make sure that everybody who's implicated is arrested.
Yeah.
All
I'm saying is that, you know, when you look at these inquiries, you start with the Zondo Commission inquiry all the way to this one, and you look at how they are actually conducting this these inquiries. And initially, the person who requests for an inquiry, the inquiry to sit, they never complete the term.
Yeah.
And which makes it difficult for the next person who's coming in to understand the purpose of the inquiry and why the inquiry was formed in the first place. You see, so that's my issue about the inquiry, because as much as Cupcake requested for the inquiry to sit, right?
Did he even request for it, or he was forced?
Well, Julius wanted him to be there, remember? Because they sat in Parliament where they were deliberating on this matter.
Yes.
And then some, overwhelmingly, they didn't want Mkhwanazi to come to the inquiry.
Why?
Julius was like, he must come to the inquiry and say whatever he wants to say, right? So now, my thing is he going to finish his term while the inquiry is continuing?
Yeah.
Because we know there's going to be reports after reports, and the next thing he's out as a president, somebody comes in, then what's going to happen to that information? No one will get arrested, as much as names are being called.
Yeah.
No one will get arrested. Out of the Zondo Commission, who here is actually arrested? There's very few.
But then,
but if that
let's
happens,
not compare Zondo with this one.
No, Zondo was top notch, targeting at a specific individual.
One person, and they failed.
And they failed. But let me tell you something. They better make sure that everybody that is mentioned there gets to be arrested. You know why? And it's gonna happen because of you cannot have, for an example, Cat inside already. Cat is the first person to be arrested.
Yeah.
Short steps. You can't have that guy inside and have all the other people that are linked to him outside. And and from there is no arrest that is being made. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? That politicians they can be scot free after doing shit, and then somebody else who's associated with them, who was funding them, ends up in jail.
Yeah.
It doesn't graft like that.
It doesn't work like that.
They're gonna have to go in, bruh. Everybody must go in. That's why the former minister of police,
Mkhwanazi, yes.
If umbonile during the meeting in NEC laphana bayahleza bayashaya into lapha aya kanje kunenye clip abayikhiphile bebeletha imbuzi endlini lapha imbuzi kuhleza amakhehla lapha uze Mkhwanazi nembuzi lapha
Foying
bazoza umsebenzi phela imbuzi ithi uchasele imbuzi ayikhulumi
yeah
imbuzi ayikhulumi
ora kana mbuzi kingu
yeah.
Okay, yes.
You understand? Imbuzi
It's a sheep, yeah.
Yeah, I find nebhokwe. You understand? Ibanga umsindo. So uma nizoshaya leyana kushuthi kahle thina yalivala lecala ukuthi kuvaleke. You understand? Kungasakhulunywa. Wena this is Kemet phela. This is
He's trying to deal with them.
Yeah.
Using African science.
To put them down and say you're going to shut the fuck up like that.
Ibanga umsindo leyana.
Yeah.
So kahle kuzothula nje.
Yeah, South African politics are something else, but what
about but they've already started. Who's this guy that they confiscated over 400 million worth of assets?
Oh yeah, okay.
That's Cyril's brother or Cyril's relatives.
Relative from the wife, I think.
Yeah, from the wife's side, yes.
And whatnot.
That guy. They've already started in terms of confiscating all the things because evidence suggests that he's involved and he accumulated all those things because of those tenders that he got in Tembisa. So you can imagine.
And then this boy is implementing more the death of the lady, the Indian lady who was shot at a driveway because of she was a whistleblower. Yeah, and then they shot him, like they shot her, and then so
Kibo cat. They are actually involved in this as well. So that's why even talking about this guy, he's something else. But anyway, it's la. So that's why I'm saying that when you look at the story and you look at how he waved his way into this whole thing, you then get to understand the capture of politics to say, from the judiciary right down to police, right down to politicians, they are actually working with criminals. And this is what the commission is actually showing us.
I think the problem was, South Africa had still had the balance in balance in everything. Samatomo, we had fear as black people in this country of the police and everybody in law enforcement, right? Yeah. So they used that fear to still subjugate us to now worship the judges. Yeah. You understand? Correct. Because in this country, it's like a judge is like this God that can just overturn any government policy the way they want. Yeah. They can do whatever they want. They're like above reproach, above everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I love what Kenya did with their Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. When they Kenyan Supreme Court judges, like Constitutional Court judges, when they overturned the Kenyan law of anti-LGBTQ, the very parliamentarians of Kenya, they came and formed a session of parliament and told the judges, well, we're not going to do that in our country. Yeah. You are unelected. You are few individuals. More were because of people. No matter how many different parties we have in the parliament, we stand together. And they stayed together and said, you can overturn anything we take out. It's going to be law, whether you like it or not. Yeah. Because you are not elected by anybody. We are. Yeah. So we don't have. We have got like EFF is there. We've got this there. We've got that there. They're all pulling together different. So these guys will find power to control. That's why they can even do the criminal things without being detected. And you can't even say it because you are afraid of a judge. As if a judge can just say, go to jail. Then they'll without anything. But they did Kazuma anyway. They said go to jail for nothing. They who am I?
Own law.
You understand what I'm saying?
They actually broke their own law.
Because they think that they're above everybody, JB. They think they're above the law. They think they're actually the custodians of our law and whatever. And they cannot be seen to be doing any wrong.
And it's so funny because all these people are card-carrying members of the ruling party. Yeah. All of them. And you ask yourself that what is it that they say or do when they are sitting on a round table?
Well, maybe I remember the judges of this country are elected by one person.
Correct.
One.
So he takes his buddies in there.
Yes. Bona Zondo. What was he doing for 7 months?
But Mkhwanazi did say.
Mkhwanazi speed because Roy is not one of us.
Yeah, no, he did say.
Aramons is not one of us, this one.
No,
Zondo Otseni for 7 months.
Yeah.
Ghana.
Yeah.
In that term. Correct. Chief Justice. 7 months. Why was he forcing to go in here? And on top of that, they interview him and Lay all in Tenoyan. The Chief Justice said. And they told this one, relax, you'll get your 10, let this one come in.
Yeah. Correct.
Being a Chief Justice, being a president, you can do damage in a day.
Exactly.
A serious one that can last forever.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You might be a president for 10 days, but whatever policy you write there, it's a law and it can damage the country. So being Chief Justice for 7 months, what did he do? to this justice system. He actually made it worse.
He made it worse.
For that short space of time fail. So how maya ba motsintsha na mola ba lebikiana o a tsene pele a say which we want him to do for us.
Correct.
And then from there, no, your turn will come.
Yeah.
Your turn will come.
Yeah, but we are in trouble, the South Africans.
We are in trouble because now we've got the silent president. President Tana is nowhere to be found.
He's quiet.
Yeah,
he's quiet.
Let me try to call T. I don't know if TS is back. He said I must call him 8:15. And then and we thought he will be listening to us ever since from the beginning of the show.
Oh yes.
Up until we give him a call, and then I don't know. TS if you are ready for us, so we can be able to get you in. Today is the political Monday, Sarena. Mkhwanazi FM. We talk about politics. Any topic of politics, we talk about it. So the number is 064-548-776 or 69692-408. But 064-548-776. Unromela WhatsApp, add a voice note to or voice note to or send the WhatsApp. Now, what do you think about today's topic? Do you think where is Ramaphosa? Maybe somebody can answer us from outside. Where is the president of this country? Where is he at? Today, Mabandla commission is happening now against the corruption in the police and
but
justice system.
If I were to ask, why are you so concerned about where's Ramaphosa? Bruh,
he's the president of a country.
It makes no difference. It makes no difference.
But he has been quiet. You know, like a lot has happened where we would hope that he needs to come in and say something.
He's our president beside Bafana. Yeah. We need to know what the hell is this.
Bruh, that guy, he goes dead silent. You know, Julius said something. That guy, he has long resigned.
Yeah,
he was forced by the NEC to remain there.
Why, Bon?
That guy is long gone.
We don't have a person.
I'm not president at the moment.
No, we don't. It's a free country right now. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Even the deputy night thing. Cheers.
Remember?
What's a brag?
Yeah, SAPS. Nothing much. Yeah, we don't believe you.
Ke mfana ka o monta a tla tlhokafala mo re motho sitse mo bashwing re tlala ba mafile o re tsoga wena o bue mo ro nyaka so ya tsena ka fase ya gona wa la ibele ke tate
me bra
a mutla ka smile
me bra ke krile 2 injections two
of the best.
I clear tlhokofala
Yeah, on the line we've got Tato Sello, one of our commentators here in Mkhwanazi FM. If you can watch our show as Tepu, he was here the other week. Yes, Tepu. Even yes, Tepu, he was here.
There was another one before then.
Oh yeah, before then he was here. So, and if you look at our old videos, him and Jay Bleak are there. So he's on the line now, and he'll be with us live in Studio Wednesday for our Tepu series. Yeah. So TS, in fact, I'm collaborating over the medis over to Kwanamang, and then over immediately work around Ramaphosa now. Give us your take on what do you think about this one? Or Ramaphosa can judge. Maybe we're going to
I'm going to laugh because we were talking about it earlier, and I was surprised when, in actual fact, he disappeared from the face of the earth. But in any case, Tatusel is the name. I'm everything in one.
Yeah.
But for today, I think I've become an analyst.
Yeah.
So in any case, where is he, by the way? Do you know?
I have no idea.
No one knows.
Nobody knows. Bro.
Maybe the guys can tell me. Guys, look at them.
No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying considering the fact of they're saying the Jews are relocating to Cape Town.
Yes.
while Charlie Kirk at the same time has been killed by them.
You see that. Remember we spoke about it earlier on.
Yes.
That the Jews.
Yeah.
Bamushapil. Joe, those guys, they've got no friends.
No.
They've got no friends. I'm telling you right now, for the fact that him being white and he was talking all shit and stuff like that, Bamushapil's into one fella because of he was starting to actually, you said he was starting to question
why is it like they're trying to take their free speech in the US. That's what Candace Owens said.
And at least he's coming from a point of view, having gone and seeing exactly what is going on live. He was in Israel.
Yeah.
I think there's one of the videos that he explained.
Yeah, where he was praying.
He actually went to Israel and went into the border of Israel and Gaza.
And
he was saying, Israel and Gaza, the Palestine,
yes.
And he was saying, he doesn't understand the issue of the October the 7th, because even the younger population in Israel currently, he was saying 1920, immediately when you cross the Israel-Gaza border, those kids are actually turned into soldiers. So
of course,
every second person go Israel is actually a soldier.
Yeah.
Now the question that he was asking himself is, so the Hamas militant actually was able to go through the border into Israel to the point where they actually killed the people. And his opinion is that he believes the Israel army knew exactly, or the Israel government and everybody, they knew exactly what October the 7th was going to happen.
Of course they knew.
And a stand-down order was given to say, do nothing.
Yeah.
Don't absolutely do nothing.
Yeah.
And then so that when that happens, then they use it against Hamas so that they can start this ethnic cleansing of theirs.
Of course, because if you excuse Jibilika, look at the pattern of America in all the Middle Eastern wars and Afghanistan.
Correct.
They created a boogeyman in Saddam Hussein. Saddam has got weapons of mass destruction. You need to go destroy him.
Yeah. Tony Blair and Bush.
Yeah, they had to bomb their own people. September 11th.
Yeah.
They had to bomb their own people to make an excuse to go into Afghanistan.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? To stay there for 20 years and then leave without just like that.
Yeah.
They had to create WMP, Saddam. They didn't even. The UN went there twice. They didn't find anything. But Bush was still saying, nah, we need to go in. Like they are there. And Israel was actually pushing Bush to do that.
Exactly.
Yes. Israel was pushing Bush. No,
and precisely Benjamin Netanyahu.
Exactly. Him. So
he's the devil.
So So when we talk about the tail wagging the dog, the Buaka Israeli wagging the US at the moment. And here they can't do that.
No,
you see those Jewish king into this Jewish council, they try to be vocal, but then it just went the other side, because no one gives a shit about whatever people are saying. We don't care. You can be chosen and go, not in here. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So Charlie, Shorty.
No, I was just asking. I think I understand fundamentally what's going on. What I don't really understand, and I'm struggling to get into my head is, what does Israel have that makes United States of America so attached to them, like to a point where even like that's the part that I want to understand. What do they have that is it's like United States act in the manner that it does?
All right.
Okay. Can I just jump in there quickly?
Yeah.
Israel became the best colonizer, not just for America but worldwide. Anybody that subscribes with the Bible and Christianity is mentally fucked by Israel. I'm telling you. So Americans became the steward of the Bible, and they placed the so-called their constitution and whatever based on the word of God.
Yes.
So therefore, if you are of the word of God, you must stand with Israel. And Israel, again, because of a lot of Jews actually moved into America, so they got to influence, obviously, the top positions and whatever it is, but silently so, and even in terms of business. But from you've got Israel as the big boss, then you've got now as America as a point of departure. So from America, that's where now, they start to affect and influence the rest of the world. But they do that successfully so through that religion. You see, the issue of religion, people must not undermine it. The reason why you will never hear China getting involved in any of Israeli or whatever the case might be, or you can never even hear Benjamin Netanyahu mentioning China, is because of China is not Christian. China does not subscribe with that nonsense.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they stand alone. So you cannot hold them with strings and try to become, manipulate their emotions to say that if you do not support us, just know that you are going against the word of God because of we are the chosen people. So everybody that believed that nonsense is captured by Israel.
Okay, but mostly, beside that one, GB, I do agree with you because most of these so-called influencers, they are more of evangelical Christians who believe they need a war in the Middle East for Jesus to come back, which is like dumb.
But look, you had about Billy Graham, you had about Kenneth Hagin, you
everybody
had
who is
Kenneth
prominent
Copeland,
there,
all these people, about Jimmy Swaggart and everybody else. Everybody else has been screaming Israel, screaming Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You understand what I'm saying? All those kind of things. So the Bible has worked so much in America, and America became sort of like the stewards now, the distributors of the gospel. You understand what I'm saying? So that is why it's so easy for Israel to control America, and obviously. It's not just that, but there's always a monetary part because the Jews have got money.
And remember, remember the other thing. IPEC.
Yeah.
IPEC, this organization, is a lobby group, right? It's like, do we have such a lobby group? Most Africa, we don't have, ne? We don't have. It's like they sponsor and they pay each and every senator in America that's so pro Israel is being paid by those people. It's a Jewish group. It's an American Israeli something.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to actually say to Jim to say. If you want to understand the relationship between America and Israel, you must follow the money.
Where the money is,
then everything will make sense to you because even the takeover of the land of America, the people that dominated in doing that, it was the Zionists.
Yes.
So the Zionists, they have this thing of them believing that they are the God's chosen people.
Yeah.
And they conquer people's lands.
Based on that.
Based on
this thing and we won't even say anything about that. Yeah.
Yes. That's why the story between them and Hitler, he didn't just wake up and decide, I'm going to ban them.
Yeah.
It's because he could see through them to say, these people, they are not okay. Yeah. And they have these tendencies of thinking that they are God's chosen people on earth and they will do as they please.
Do whatever they want, yes.
You can even hear in terms of how they coiled this whole thing of the Middle East. There's no such a thing called the Middle East. But it was coiled by America so that it can aid and aid Israel. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's again the same group of people, the Zionists, that are pushing this mandate, that are always capturing politicians to can make certain decisions for them, not necessarily for the people of the country. It's actually for them. You can look at how they always used these presidents, like you are saying. They would fund anyone who's pro them, and they will make sure that they're the ones who are actually electing who's going in as a president. You know what I mean? Then that's where you get to see the relationship between America and Israel. So if Israel doesn't want you, America will follow.
Yeah, and if you look at the composition of their Congress, you look at the composition of anything from the army to wherever, everybody who's prominent. It's Jewish.
It's Jewish.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's Jewish.
So, and they're all being given this thing of Israel first and the rest will follow.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why most of them, they've got this dual citizenship. I was telling my other colleagues, how go to a Palestinian talk. They talk, English.
Yes.
But I'm learning to speak this English. But you look at the so-called Israeli people talking. They talk English like me and you.
English, they
are so English speaking. I'm like, different. How am I say it? Hanga go China jibilik. Because I'm a China person. I'm Chinese. But then I speak Mandarin. Like it's as pure as if the middle bit God and the presidents, they're most Indian. They're Arab looking.
Yes.
These ones are white.
How did that happen?
How did that happen? Like Mudimangena Letere Lema Koa, Alisa go Egypt to become slaves for 400 years under black people. Alenta go all been to the land of the Arabs to fight your other Arabs. Why can't just put in Europe where your people are and they live you there and they live us But anyway, that's the reasons why.
And one of the major things that you see in with America as well, the biggest their big slogan, "In God we trust."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, this is something that I once said the other time when we were talking about this thing. Are you aware that the Illuminati, there's a G, standing for God?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
So, Illuminati itself they associate themselves with God.
Remember, the name God's not even God. God. It's not even. It's a title.
It's a title.
Yeah. So whoever God they speak about, that's their thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They associate themselves with God. Then there's rituals that they do. They do this, they do that.
Yeah.
Understand? And you must believe. For you to join, you have to believe in God, in a God.
Yeah.
At the same time, the very same book, which is the Bible, you are sworn in. They use that again for you to be sworn in. That's the same book. So this is crazy, because now you get to think about it.
Yeah.
It goes back to what I said in the missing link. The God of the Jews is not the God of black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The missing link
right
is this man's book. That's
that's actually a good book.
I need this money. I want my royalties, one cafe.
No, you're definitely gonna get
this book.
It's
if you want this book, talk to us.
Very good book.
Talk to us. 064-548-776. Kibuka no motoko jibilika. Kiwana the missing link. He's talking about. He's quoting from it now. 250 again per copy. Yeah. 250.
And you know, Ujibliga said something very interesting to say. You know, the Bible is the one that actually gives them the buy-in in terms of controlling the narrative.
Actually,
because you know, through the Bible, they can be able to manipulate their way into any place, anytime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And even your apartheid system, it was built exactly on the Bible.
Yeah.
Because they honestly believe that, you know, these are God's chosen people and they have the right to go into somebody else's land and take it over because that is what God wants them to do. Same mentality with Zionists.
Yeah.
Same mentality.
See, listen to this. There's nothing that is so dangerous than to deal with a man who operates within a conviction. If I am convicted that I must come here and take these mics, I'm doing it out of conviction. There is nothing that you will do well to try and stop me, even though they are yours. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So these guys, whatever that they were doing, by taking people's lands, destroying the Apache Indians, whatever, they were convicted. They had the conviction that this is what we're supposed to do, is the right thing to do. We need to enslave these people. We need to put chains on them. We need to take them so that they go and work for us. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that conviction stems from the book.
It does. Because when you look at how they invaded Palestine, Palestine it's smaller than Israel now. But when you look at the old maps of how big Palestine was,
it was the whole of that place.
Exactly.
Like that whole region was it. It was Palestine.
So they, bit by bit, they took it to them bit by bit.
Yeah.
You know, which is what they are known to do. And which is what, you know, even their forefathers before them did.
They did, yes.
What is happening in Cape Town?
I was about to say.
It's exactly that.
064-548-776 069 Pepela 064-548-776. Talk to us on that number. WhatsApp Arena come to you live on www.kosifm those euros a day. 8:30, 7 to 9:30. Rebu modly busy 2 hours. Kinal TS Mokhaleng and kinale Jibilika and kinale Tabiso in the studio talking about today's politics, man. Rebuaka Charlie Kirk, we're gonna come to him now. Who is this person? Who is he? What was he doing? He was shot dead. 31 years.
The world is a better place.
Before I can go tell you, there's something that I wanted to mention regarding the issue of Israeli.
TS? Hello? TS? Isa no khawkhile no tlamisa gape tla musa ba re mo tla ka pick into speed up boy
Yes. You know, while we are waiting for TS, you know, when you follow the history of Israel and how it conquered other, you know, places, you can clearly see what's going to happen in Cape Town.
So TS, are you back?
Yeah, sorry. No. It went off. I'm not sure what was the problem.
Okay,
I wanted to comment on issue Israel and America. And maybe in a nutshell, we need to agree where then America is captured by Israel.
Of course it is.
Of
course it is.
And it's very clear, and it became even clearer as issue Palestine and Israel unfolded. With having America supported Israel, having America go UN, even to the decision of the Palestine recognition as a state, and so on and so forth, because there's many things that are happening on the side. But the one thing that bothers me the most is that the issue of the Bible is one thing that I've always struggled with. Yeah. Considering how the history of the Bible unfolds over a period of time.
Yes.
Later on, we were part of unfortunately, the atrocities that were done in the country, apartheid, purely on because of this, about the land taken and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But to even go as far as say, if you look at the interviews. The leadership America. I mean, to even go as far as saying, we follow them because they are the chosen one.
Yeah.
But if you look at history, Israel, how they actually got to get to the land, the Palestinians were very cool with having to house them.
Hey, I guess they came
to realize.
I guess they came as what you want to go in?
Was it a thing in 1948 or something like that?
Yeah, and I remember they came as refugees.
Yeah,
who were asking for refuge with these people because they were from Holocaust and all that nonsense. And was it the Kenneth Owen say when at Abuari how they welcomed them? Ne? It was like, can we come? No, come. The Palestinians took in families.
Yeah.
I imagine today we took you in as a family. Then tomorrow when we come back from work, we find the locks being changed on our doors.
Yeah.
And we find a soldier. We are told, leave now or I'm going to force you to leave your own house.
Yeah.
That's what Palestinians are. And that is why one grandmother was like, we could stand on the wall. That was the wall that they built to separate Gaza and Israel. And there'll be holes like that. And then my grandmother will come and show me, listen, you see that little piece of land? That's where our farm used to be.
Yeah.
Now they've taken over these ones.
But guys, let me tell you something. I think history has to really tell the truth.
Yeah.
The hero, father, one guy that I think this guy did very, very well. It is just that we were brainwashed to believe that he was evil, that he was
Mr. AD.
He was anti-God, whatever it is. No, Hitler, mfana.
I can't remisa ka mina bone. Remisa ka H.
No, you see now.
This one is interesting. Yeah. I'm listening.
You see now when I see how Israel operates and what it has done and what it's capable of. Hitler was a visionary.
Yeah.
He could see
right through them.
He saw through them.
He
saw through them.
And remember, our history books made it a point that actually they tell us about Hitler, that they label him as a bad person. Look at what is happening in Cape Town. I mean, like what you just mentioned now. It's exactly what's going to happen here. Like the same thing.
It's a total takeover.
It's exactly what's going to happen like here as if it's happening in Gaza. You're going to have a situation whereby these guys are going to take over the whole of South Africa. And they're going to move natives slowly but surely to a small space. And it will be an issue of warfare and land will be taken totally out. And they'll be doing it in the name of God. And Hitler could see these guys are not
Germany is gone.
These guys are not okay.
Yeah.
But what are that guy?
Don't do that for screening.
I'm telling you.
You make my video get bent.
I'm telling you.
But you see, there's something that I want to bring to your guys' attention. You look at how they were bombing Palestine, right? And when Palestine returned the favor, they were too quick to complain and cry
and become victims.
And victims, right? But don't you think, Uguti, that was a plan for them to make a viewway to South Africa?
Of course there was a plan, Bafana.
You understand?
Yeah.
And hence I was questioning Ramaphosa.
Why
would you go to America for 49 people?
Yeah.
Why would you take your whole entire entourage of ministers to go negotiate and explain yourself for 49 people?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because at the moment, like those sanctions,
we were played.
Yeah,
we were played.
Of course. And then the first play came on Ira, DA minister of Home Affairs. He knew the plan was in a long plan.
Definitely.
And this was going to happen one day.
Today,
so
we have Australia opening up a Home Affairs in there. Why would we need to even have a Home Affairs in a foreign country?
Okay,
remember, most of them left. They are there, so they need to vote. When they vote, they have to vote for DA.
Whose problem is that?
That's their problem. Okay, TS.
Yeah, another interesting point, Brad P. Have you ever heard anyone in the Western Cape region leadership talking about Gaza and Israel? That's very interesting.
No, apparently like Judah. Imagine. Jews. I'm like, fuck this. They like why get they lot of Judah nowadays?
No, but
it's like most of you are now Jewish. What the hell?
That's what I was going to say. To say a DA-led municipality with what is currently happening in their own backyard, every single one of them is mum.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
You see, Mechomi, DA was long funded by Israel.
Yes.
DA is a Jewish party. And right now, the way things are, it has been a very, very systematic, strategy to say that, you know what, let's collapse the ANC.
Yeah.
DA is going to take over. The reason why you see that influx of the Jews in Cape Town is because of, as far as they are concerned, they are guaranteed that the next election, DA is going to win.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because of ANC will be gone. Because right now there's a whole lot of corruption that is coming out. So they are working on a plan.
Yeah.
But DA was long funded.
By Zionists,
By Zionists.
We know.
Okay. And it's a Zionist party. Now, here is their probably second promised land that they've got.
Yes.
For some reason, these owns, they just wake up and have an epiphany that now they've got a revelation from God that they must go and occupy the next land after they fucked up Israel. So this is the land now that they're going to occupy. I understand that, I hear that. The problem that I'm having, what are we doing, Tina, to make sure we are well aware of the modus operandi?
Yes.
What is it that we are doing, Tina, to make sure that this does not happen to us? Why are we quiet about it? Why are we so lenient about it? Why is it that it's something that is spoken under wraps? Because even the person who was talking about it, we see what is happening in Cape Town. There's no way that there's going to be a separate state, blah, 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 blah. It was a black guy, yes, but I think it was from the president's office or Mkhwanazi or whatever it is. But it was an insignificant, small interview somewhere in a corner. You understand what I'm saying? It was not something that is going ballistic.
What did he say?
No, he was saying, no, we see what's happening in Cape Town. It's not going to happen. There's no way that you're going to have a separate Cape Town from South Africa.
Oh, I see.
Cape Town is part of South Africa, and that's how it is.
Yes.
But that's good. That's not good enough.
Yeah, but you see, history is the best. Like, history is the best teacher.
Yeah.
Of behavior patterns that we can actually follow if we want to decisively deal with the issue of Cape Town.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying this is because we already can see the red flags to say this is what the DA is pushing for. This is what they want to achieve. So we then have to have that mindset to say it's either we collapse the whole total thing as is,
yes,
and then we come up with a new thing, or we face them head on, because we cannot tiptoe around people that we know very well that ultimately they are going to colonize all of us.
And I think baby, this should be a laden call for every black person in this country, regardless of what t-shirt you're wearing. The color. We have been invaded, and the very people who actually was oppressing us are aiding the invaders to come in and take over our country again. Remember, GB, the reason why they created Swaziland and they created Lesotho. Do you know it was what? To push, like you said, to push us out of the mainland South Africa to these small countries.
Correct.
That's why they created the two states inside this country. You understand?
Country,
They wanted us to go and stay there. I mean, if they can put 2.5 million people come out a small piece of Kruger National Park in Gaza, why do you think they could not do the same thing for us? Those homelands again. But homelands are back, go back, be independent. The whole South Africa is ours. It's okay. Again. And this time it will be then democracy. We'll be voting for that nonsense. So it's about time every black person must stand up and say, this is nonsense. I don't care what t-shirt color am I wearing. And the blacks in the DA, just get the hell out and come and join us and stop being so politically correct and stop being so, clever than the rest of us because you think and speak more nice English because you're amongst white people. Get the fuck out of those people and come and we are fighting for the very same revelation across the board and equally. I don't care if you're EFF, MK, ANC, whatever. Your skin color is dark like mine. Come together, let's do this.
Yeah, and if you look at in terms of alliances, right? You mentioned
Swaziland.
Yeah, you mentioned Swaziland and Lesotho.
Yes.
Who are they aligned to?
Exactly.
You understand?
Again,
most of it's Britain, it's America, it's Israel. Those are their alliances.
Yeah.
In terms of support, military and everything. So you look at the topics and the agenda that these two countries have, especially Lesotho, Swaziland, especially Lesotho. They are now bringing the issue of land belonging to them. They are not saying anything about claiming it back, but they are just saying land belongs to us. We know that this part and this and then that in its own, it's politics 101.
Yeah.
Because if you don't understand, you would say they want to claim the land back, but they haven't actually said it. Which they want to claim the land back.
Yeah.
They just want you to focus on the whole issue of saying this land belongs to us, and then that gives Israel a chance to come in the country and take over where they want to take over. Because they are the ones that started with the issue of land ownership.
Yeah. 064-548-776 or 064-548-7176 as our studio number today. Rebuaka Charlie Kirk, who I think we're gonna go to him now, right? Yes, what's up again? Yes.
Yeah, let's go to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk, and then we can end up Rebuaka and Mbananga Commission and Mkhwanazi. You drop at the bomb. Apparently, there was a lady who was a BMW cleaner. She was cleaning a BMW. I don't know the showroom or the factory. I don't know, but now she's a police brigadier.
Yes.
My God.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
Hey, South Africa is something
From a cleaner to a brigadier.
From a cleaner to a brigadier,
we are in trouble.
We're in trouble. Yeah. I mean, if you put people like that, are they going to really be able to defend us? That's the question.
That's why the police, the studies show that the society has lost confidence in the police.
It's like, okay, now I'm going to say this. I don't give a shit what they say about me. It's like you said, GB, since 94, everything has just been dismantled. Beaky.
That's how it is.
And deliberately so. Our army is fucked up.
Yes.
We don't even have a radar.
Next.
Imagine, even if a missile will come from the US now, I won't even see it. We'll see union buildings or something is gone.
Because you're going far.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
You're going far. You're going far. Right here, Mabopane. These guys, they deliberately messed up everything that Mangope did.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, who does that?
Exactly.
Every good thing from stadiums, everything they deliberately
they destroyed Botswana just because they didn't want to see his legacy. Really, people saying this guy
should have seen it.
Then you have that one coming here on the show to say that we are anti-ANC. I mean, come on, that's crazy.
And it's in the West thing. Now I grew up there, so I have the right to say you fucked us up.
Yeah.
No matter you can call it a Bantu stand, it was the best.
Yeah, no, it
Exactly.
It was the best in everything, education-wise. It was. Emona, if I can just put down and count, maybe we need a show about that, Pila.
Yeah.
Get somebody who can really talk about Botswana in its depth and how the ANC deliberately, you say,
destroyed it.
Destroyed.
Botswana, Mabopane. The military there, it was the first military that I saw now having an encounter toe-to-toe with the Boers. and shot them dead.
Me bra.
And fearlessly.
Hey.
One of that day, I was watching the news. And still, I was so excited.
Not even the army. It was the police.
It was the police. I was
so excited. It was the 94.
Some
it was the police
begging for their lives. Their own out for. Fearless.
I was like, wow. Go high,
now since
there's no such.
That day, day, if I can just recall a little bit to less than 94, that was before the downfall of Botswana.
Yeah.
The police, yes, they took this decision that, you know what, we're gonna overturn the government, it's fine, but still contain law and order. When they heard what AWB was in Mafike,
yes,
they were in the airport, in a hangar, with bombs, but it was like a war. This other guy was saying they were shooting us in Mega City.
Yeah.
They were shooting indiscriminately from their cars, these white people.
Oh, yes.
And they claimed that Mangope called them. Mangope said, I never called you. I told you don't come. Somebody called and said, listen, don't you want the AWB from Friends to come and help you? No. I cannot get these people. We saw this thing out ourselves. They lied, ANC. Yeah, he called AWB. No, they lied. He told them, get out. It's fine. They came kankan. But I got to like as a Denver come inside. I can't tell you mates.
Yeah.
If you can see that video, could
yeah, please.
Our kids must see that. For what happened that day.
Yeah.
They came in. The police were there. They were like, guy, where are you going? No, we have been called to assist. Assist what? No. President Mangope called us to finish dog.
Yeah.
Just here. He called us to come. We no, turn back. Go back where you come from. Don't come into that one. Go I come under their white.
Yes.
Yo. Yeah.
And apparently the other one is being held as a hero for organizing that and him dying in the line of duty. They have the monument. You see this thing that is here on top of this mountain here? That thing must go.
Yeah.
All right. It must go. That one must be bombed to death.
That thing must go.
Yeah.
Actually,
we don't want that thing.
Actually, Credo spoke about it.
Are
the day it falls, that thing, that will be the fall of the white supremacy.
Yeah.
That that monument. That
That thing must go.
It's a. You see, this is what happened.
It's a spit on our face and insult.
Yeah, but this is what happened, which a lot of people they don't know. The reason why sometimes we find it very, very difficult to confront Abelungu and deal with them head on.
Yes.
Like we talk about the Illuminati, rituals that are done.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything is dealt with first spiritually.
Yes.
Before we move to the physical.
Yeah.
That's how you control things. He who controls spiritual power controls the ultimate power.
Yeah.
Now, when these guys came in to occupy the space and to take over, it is said that actually they had a dagger and they will take two babies. They will take a white one, bambeg on top of the dark skinned one, and then it will go through, and from there back they did that to the four corners.
Yes.
Meaning that they're talking about now will forever be dominated by them. You understand?
Yeah.
Now people sometimes they don't understand these things because of they undermine the spiritual realm because of they don't think that it exists, or maybe because of they can't figure it out, so they find it very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Spirituality is so simple that it's words. When you speak certain words, doing particular rituals, and you command certain things, depending on what is it that you are putting together, it will happen exactly like that.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
But
so
anyway,
we are under a spell. As about dark in the actual fact. We are under a spell. I'm telling you.
I think we should have this topic up with us one day.
Yeah, we should.
We should have it in our history. So I think we should have that. We should really go into depth to talk about Bob or what happened. And I want us to have an anti and pro.
Yeah.
Anti Botswana, le pro.
The pro Botswana.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him to be anti. I know him. I'm gonna make him to be an anti-Bob because they are the ones those small comrades, they are fighting for liberation and whatnot. He's one of the people who are very anti-Bob. He's like, and I find somebody who's pro-Bob, and then in the
Mara, you see, the situation that we put at Zwana, it actually tells us the reason why we are in this mess is because of rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
We can't like this because of
why
rights.
it was a democracy, autocratic in Fanak. Blend.
Exactly.
Yes, there was votes, but we didn't give a shit or voted among and everything.
Correct.
One party state, it was beautiful, everything was done pila.
Exactly.
It was adults who were very responsible,
Yeah.
who knew Mulao. It's almost the same as our parliament it was.
The way
that's what
I'm saying, because I'm watching Parliament of Botswana. They are conducting their business in their own language.
The whole day that
Can you honestly do that in South Africa?
No, you can't. You can't.
No more.
And they say it's the home of Pan-Africanism.
Please. Okay, Charlie Kirk about it. I should screen again. This guy is a right-wing commentator. He's dead now. He was killed by a sniper bullet, and that sniper is a MAGA supporter. Apparently, he's in his camp.
Yeah,
man, he shot him. A young boy, and he's been sentenced to death, I think. Ne?
Yes.
Or they've done it already.
Yeah,
to death, to be shot or whatever that they're doing there. So I don't care about him being dead. As a black person, I didn't support him. All his views.
Yeah.
When it comes to talk about the LGBTQ, yes, I will support him in that. It's fine because then I don't do gays and lesbians and all that nonsense. But when it comes to talk about us as black people, specifically when he's asked about reparations, and he's like, no, I'm going to give you a chance to listen to him. Ne? In his own words, this nonsense. And then what do you think?
That when it comes to black people receiving reparations, there seems to be a lot of pushback to the point where now, now it's almost laughable to even think about black people getting reparations for something in the past.
Have we spent a lot of money on the black community the last 50 years? And if so, has it worked?
It's a good question because, obviously there are certain communities in Black America that are not so great. Some of the traumas and problems they have are of their own making. I acknowledge that. Thankfully, I was raised away from all that, 2 loving parents.
And that's the greatest thing that you are, one of the, if not the greatest. And that's my hope for every child, black, white, or Asian, to have 2 parents. That is a ticket to success. We've spent trillions of dollars on trying to improve the well-being of black Americans since the 1960s. And actually, black America is poorer per capita and on average in relation to other groups than it was in the 1960s. So I would argue it's actually not a resource or a money thing. It's a values thing. And the values, unfortunately, that are predominantly in the black community right now are quasi-suicidal.
Charlie is slick with the semantics. You were asked about reparations, yet you shifted the conversation to trillions spent on Black America. That's called moving the goalpost. Reparations are a targeted repayment for a specific harm. Welfare programs, DEI funding, and government initiatives are not reparations. They're social safety nets or political smokescreens. 2 different categories. Don't conflate the 2. Japanese Americans interned during World War II, $20,000 per survivor, 1988 Civil Liberties Act. Native American tribes, over $3.3 billion in land claims and settlements. Indian Claims Commission, 1946 to 1978. Alaska Natives, 962 million plus 44 million acres. Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act, 1971. Jewish Holocaust survivors via U.S.-backed German funds and support programs received billions. Even white slave owners were compensated for lost property after emancipation in Washington, D.C. So don't act brand new. America knows how to pay reparations, except when it comes to descendants of enslaved black people. Let's talk about the illusion of trillions spent. Let's dissect that trillions claim. Who really benefits? Welfare was designed to fracture black families by removing men from the home. FHA housing loans, 98% went to whites between 1934 and 1962, while black families were redlined into ghettos. 2008 mortgage crisis. Predatory lending targeted black homeowners, stripping away 50% of black wealth in 1 decade. Minority grants and DEI funding. White women are the largest beneficiaries by far. Asians, immigrants, and LGBTQ groups also tap in. Black folks are left with crumbs. If trillions were truly invested in black communities, why do we still hold less than 1% of the nation's wealth 150 years after emancipation? Why does the racial wealth gap look nearly identical to 1865? Money was spent, yes, but not on us, not for us, and certainly not to repair the harm done. You say it's not about money, it's about values. That's coded language. Black communities didn't create redlining. We didn't draft Jim Crow. We didn't orchestrate mass incarceration, COINTELPRO, the crack epidemic, or predatory banking. Those were government engineered traps. You can't burn down the house, then tell the survivor it's their values that left them homeless. If America can find the money for wars, Wall Street bailouts, foreign aid, and reparations to every group but black people, then why is it laughable when we demand repayment for centuries of free labor, stolen wealth, and generational sabotage? The truth is simple. Facts without context are lies dressed up as data. Throwing out trillions sounds impressive until you pull back the veil and realize it was never reparations, never targeted, and never intended to close the wealth gap. Charlie, don't hand me smoke and call it substance. America has written checks to every other community. The only unpaid debt is to the descendants of the people who built this country brick by bloody brick. That's not a values problem. That's a justice problem.
Yeah. Yep. That's the best. I'm going to play another video before I go on the screen. In a different campus, the very same reparations and this Charlie.
That when it comes to black people receiving reparations, there seems to be a lot of pushback to the point where now, there's.
I want to state that just because I am a black.
And then this boy, okay, now, this one. Let's go to it, and then we can be able to sum them up together, and then we can be able to discuss them further on. The number is still 064-548-776, 064-548-776. If you want to engage with us, tell us, please. Go YouTube, Kimang, commenting on YouTube. Let me just see before you can go there. Okay. Okay. Tato Chile. Like a Mustafa Molani. What happened? Like you can live just went off again. Line. It's fine. 064-548-776, 064-548-776. Please, if you wanna engage with us, use that number right now. WhatsApp or call if you want us to call, give you a call. Do that, we'll do that for you. So let's just into this one here. Tia Sosapa Girubile Mebra.
Yeah, okay,
I want to state that just because I am a black man, I do not speak for all black people. So I'm just this.
I like this guy. You should give it up for him.
Just want to state that for the record. I'm speaking for myself. What are your thoughts about reparations for black people specifically, and like black Americans specifically? What is your
very much against?
Very much against. Can I ask why?
Well, first and foremost, I don't believe that we should ever pay monetary damages to people where nothing bad happened to them, just because they are related to a group of people where something bad happened to them.
Okay, so
because it separates the idea. Let me just finish, and then I'll throw it back to you. Absolutely. Our justice system, when properly understood, is about individuals receiving justice, not tribes or groups receiving justice.
If you enjoyed that, then like and subscribe for daily thought-provoking content.
All right.
No wonder this guy was killed, eh?
Yeah, no wonder he was shot. Yeah. Okay, let me just try to come in there. Like speed. Samatomo. This boy is 31 years. Ne?
Yeah.
It's like my son telling me about my history. What the fuck does he know about anything?
He knows nothing.
He's 31. Kill 92. Moto. 92. Also, no, nothing happened. Because now I lived through that. I know. That's why he doesn't even know. When you, like I told you offline, but if I want to corrupt, to destroy you, and when I start going appeal, or your parents, make them as poor as possible. that you must never be able to get over that. Your kids will hit the very same poverty. Samatom, he must speak about, maybe he can speak about his generation, 92, 93, the born freeze, in a way. You understand? He mustn't speak about anybody else who came before them because he doesn't know what the hell happened. He knows. Man, I believe this person, they know. He knows exactly what happened before. You understand?
Look, actually, his type, and I think he did say that at some point, whereby is the type of people that don't understand why we should get the land back.
Yeah.
As black people in South Africa.
Yeah.
I think he did mention that.
He did. Yes. He did. There was an interview. I know that.
So in the actual fact, what was done to our forefathers, which led to
what we are today.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
So we just have to carry on from there.
Yeah.
You see, that's arrogance. That's just pure arrogance.
And racism.
As well. Yeah, that's how it is. So as it is, I mean, these guys who were taken to America as slaves and all that, now they mustn't be compensated. They mustn't be given anything.
But in other group has been given money.
Do you understand what I'm
Jews
saying?
got money.
Do you understand?
Whoever give money, land and everything else, but no.
The issue is that black people are undermined.
Everywhere.
Yeah. By white folks. They are undermined everywhere by white folks. And me personally, I feel we're not going to win by trying to get white people to understand our plight and trying to get white people to sort of feel shame for us, or maybe let's say to sympathize with us.
Yeah.
We're not going to get it right.
Yeah.
We need to do what Ibrahim Traore is doing. All of us as blacks. That's the only way that black people will earn their respect.
Yeah.
That's the only way that black people will actually make a mark.
Yes.
And that's the only way that black people will instill fear and respect to the other groups, to the other races.
Yeah.
Do what Ibrahim Traore is doing. If you look at that guy is focused.
Yeah.
He's getting rid of everything that is nonsense in his country.
That is colonial.
He's building up his country, and you can see the things that he's doing. So, Tina, by us trying to negotiate, trying to say, but let them understand, let them pay us back, but we deserve this, we deserve. Right now, there's a clip that I was watching where apparently he went to the IMF, whereby he's claiming back the gold.
Yes.
Yeah, he's claiming back the gold. Says bring back the gold. Stolen gold.
Yes.
It has been marked. Our gold has been marked. So you see now that is scaring white people, because white people, they've got this thing of thinking what they are the only, they are the only human beings.
Yeah. The others are just others.
It's
them first and then others.
And the rest.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now we need to get rid of that mentality. And you cannot get rid of that mentality if you do not have black conscious, non-apologetic, fearless leaders. You won't be able to do that.
Of course.
But Jubilee, now that you say that, this is a typical example of white thinkers. People who have dedicated their lives to can study the mind of a black person. This guy goes around learning institutions, and he challenges the so-called top minds of black people.
Yeah.
He gaslights them, and there's no comeback.
Of course.
You understand?
Yeah.
That then tells you, Uguti, the fact that we have been under oppression for more than 5 years, we are completely and utterly controlled.
We're just
And unfortunately, for us as black people, we cannot think outside the box. That's why when you start saying, let's come up with a new constitution, people are scared because all that they know, all that they have been taught, all that they have saw or have been seeing, it's this system that was created by the master to oppress them.
Exactly.
That's why he can confidently say to you, straight to your face, I'm not going to pay you for the suffering that I have caused on you.
Yeah.
And I always say to these people, give up your privileged position first before you can talk about unity.
Yeah.
For as long as you are still benefiting from the
what your ancestors have put out for you.
What your ancestors have done to my ancestors.
Yeah.
Then you are not in a position to tell me to forget about my history. One, you are not in a position to tell me about
we must move on and
forget. No, we can't do that. You understand?
I mean, typical of him saying what we cannot constant people about that nothing bad happened to them. Marabonedi can be able to enjoy the privileges that those like that people put for them. It's something else.
If you look at the history of how people were taken from here
yeah.
to America and other parts of
Europe, the world, yes,
you will be shocked.
Yeah,
because not everyone that was taken here made it that side.
Yeah.
Only the strong of the strongest made it that side, and that's how they actually selected people that they were capturing and turning into slaves. They didn't take weak people. They would take like strong people,
yeah.
And they are the ones that they will take to overseas. But we don't have a Charlie of black people.
Yeah,
we don't have thinkers who would critically think about topics and sit down and study the minds of these people because they have done it.
Yeah.
I think the closest that we had Tina as black people was Steve Biko.
Yeah.
The closest that we had Tina as people was Robert Sibukwe.
Yeah.
That's why they were afraid of those people.
Yeah.
That's why they made sure that once they get those people, they just just kill them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And they would allow Mandela because they understood that it's
those ones were
force,
bought.
no brain.
Those ones were bought and sold. We know that. Yeah.
Exactly. So you look at people like Bo Charlie. So Bo Charlie, they thrive in toying around with black people's minds. They know that they have instilled fear in you, and you speak from a position of fear.
Yeah.
You are controlled and ruled by fear. But Traore, understand? He was not as oppressed as his forefathers were.
Yeah.
That's why for him he can take a gun and say, "Hi, Bona, Azish." You understand? Because it had to take him to do that.
Yeah.
If we are not going to have such people in positions of authority,
exactly,
we must just forget.
TS, what is your thing, Mkhwanazi? Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, no. I and which you're raising very valid points. You see, I once said this before. As now I'll take it home in the South African context.
Yeah,
I think we had a conversation, one of the podcasts was, and I said we should not underestimate the effect of the apartheid regime. We shouldn't, at the slightest, underestimate, because what was left by the apartheid regime transcended through time till now. We are still feeling the effects, and that's how brilliant those guys were.
Yeah,
they knew exactly what they were doing, and they knew exactly what outcome Eloring by Bata born, and that outcome is still lingering around till today.
Yeah,
the very thing that you guys are talking about in relation to having to challenge, the critical thinkers. We no longer have that, and that's part of the outcome. The outcome was we need to oppress them so much and so hard that for them to come back is next to impossible. So the likes of your Charlie Cakes, they of course, he's a learned person. Why is his story so high? But systematically so, he challenged people that knew. He went for the big fish, challenged them, knowing very well the credibility after that will be tarnished for long periods of time. So that's what basically their strategy is like that. So you divide the people, and bit by bit you chew them, and then you chew them with the intention of them not being able to come back. And in terms of the very thing, the very topic is repatriation, not repatriation. That one, the idea of not understanding the fact that we are starting on a back foot.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether we are 50 years or 100 years into democracy, but that democracy comes with the premise of a black man or a black nation is always on the back, on the back.
On the back foot, yes.
Then they were and then they were pressing with the little things that they're offering, like for example, the issue, and they know, for example, in South Africa, they know that we're the majority. So the little programs that they're coming up with, they don't actually answer the question at hand.
Yeah.
It just sugarcoats it so that, you know, we clap our hands, ooh, the government thinks for us, and then it continues.
Yeah.
So the status quo must be changed. The likes of Traore are people who actually went and changed the status quo. And unfortunately, when we start looking at things like that, then we are radicals. We are not addressing the issues for our people. It's always, we are radicals. We are borderline racist as well. But not understanding exactly what they did for that long.
Yeah.
For till today, we're still feeling that very sad. And it's all over. Look at let me make an example. Look at the banking sector.
Yeah.
The big four. Yeah. And then look at how they operate, and then look at the atrocities of having to actually manipulate the rand at some point in time.
Yeah.
And they just got a slap on the finger.
Of course.
On the wrist, yeah. And then on the wrist. And then we say all is well. No, it's fine, life goes on. So sometimes we just need to evoke the Traore in us.
Yeah.
For certain things to be corrected.
Yes.
And the very question that you asked before, which I'll never forget, we cannot forgive people who never asked for forgiveness.
Yes, exactly.
And for that reason, at times I'm not pro-war, but certain instances when you look at them, war is necessary so that things can be settled at the end.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's bad and issues. You look at the Palestine and Gaza, and I'm thinking, one question that I'm asking myself is, when will the Arab nations wake up? Because let's face it, the day Israel gets a pounding, and I mean a very big pound, and of course there'll be casualties of war on both ends. But the day somebody stands up against Israel, and everybody else following that group, then that's when we will get true peace. But otherwise, for now, we will talk politics and America. Sometimes war is just necessary to settle the score so that life can go on.
Of course. And the same thing I used to call for, guys. Hori, why is it I think 94 we needed a civil war? Yeah, we know we were outnumbered and whatnot, but Akira Mandela was destroyed MK. Yeah. Remember, Constitution was destroyed, and all I'm saying was about we needed that in this country, so that because all the other African countries they never negotiated. They were given independence, and their colonists left. Yeah. From Mozambique to Botswana to whatever, they left. They left us with our own things. We are the ones who did it, however we did. More time we had to negotiate. Oh, please, Claire. Just make me sit next to you in the bus.
But that's the thing. That's the thing.
Make me get inside the same bank with you.
Yeah.
It's you can own the bank, but let me just go inside the bus, the bank with you, and stay in the same queue. That's what we got 94 as Black South Africans. We didn't get, I want our own piece of the bank as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they took tokens from us. That so-called billion. Ramaphosa, I was not a liquid. Where's the money? And then they put them there and say, but black people are there. And then they took the manager at Abodi APSA, managers Abodi Ford, and all these white companies, but their laws are still the same.
Yeah, but
a black person is charged more interest than a white person. A black person can get a loan, but a white person can, who's working in construction.
Correct.
He can get a very big loan. Nagile, a highly qualified metallurgist. I can't even get a loan for a house.
Yeah. But you see, but what's one on Charlie? They are continuing what their forefathers started.
Yes.
And they are the ones that are making sure we stay there. What I don't like and what I hate is it's the fact that ANC would want to gaslight us into thinking that it brought things like your BEE.
Yeah.
You're not BEE thing. It was actually something that was given to them.
Yes.
Even the RDP house system, it was given to them. There's nothing that they actually came with and implemented.
Yeah.
All they did is just taking over and implementing.
And rubber stamp whatever that was given.
Yes. You understand what I'm saying? So this is where you get to see that we were actually fooled into the idea of thinking that we are free, and yet we are actually not free.
We're never free.
Because like TS has said, apartheid didn't just deal with the physical part of us, it also dealt with the emotions and the psychological part of it.
Yes.
What we did when we gained independence in 1994, we only dealt with the physical part.
Yeah.
The fact that I will be able to go in the same parks that white people are going, I'll be able to sit next to them in school and all of that, and also have the right to can vote, which was not the fight that we were fighting for, by the way. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, today, we are sitting in a situation whereby people who fought to liberate us are now acting against us and becoming our oppressors.
And enjoying the privileges.
Of being our oppressors, making sure that the status quo continues while Abezungus or Bahua still continue to get richer.
Yeah.
The system, like you are saying, you just made a very nice, perfect example to say they introduced BEE. They take a black man, they front with him.
Yeah.
But who still controls means of production? Them. They introduced barricading, this affirmative action. What did they do? They gave woman power. They gave they took power away from us as black men. But when you look at salaries, you are in the same position as a white man and a black man, but you've got black people's salaries and you've got white people's salaries.
Yes.
And when white people are hired, there's no need for them to even produce credentials or qualifications for that position. They are just taken based on the fact that they are white.
The worst of all, they actually tell you, Jibilika, train this person.
Exactly.
You
are the one training to this.
You've been acting that part for 10, 15, 5 years, for example.
To this day.
Then they hire a white person and tell you, this person is qualified, it doesn't need you. So you need to train him. But because you're looking for a job,
can I shock you? To this day, Barking Employment Equity
Act, yes.
It promotes certain groups of people, certain races of people, right? And you can go to each and every single company in this country called South Africa. The top part, it's always white male.
Of course.
Who are earning a huge big chunk of the company amongst themselves.
Yeah.
You go to the bottom, it's all the black people. And you know what they are doing? Women.
Yeah.
They are taking women and they are picking them there, taking all black men outside the working class. We are left to fend for ourselves, and then every now and then they would push this idea of pushing women into positions of authority
and management, they know that, and whatnot.
Yes, they put them there because it's easier for them to manage,
to control them,
women as opposed to men.
Yeah.
You understand? So it. Oh yes.
No. Finish your point. Your point.
So
it's interesting what you're saying.
Our Charlie, they are very, very much dangerous to us black people, because when you talk to our Charlie like this, you need to be also mindful of the fact that they have been at this. This is their system.
Yeah.
This is what they have been doing. Hence, when you talk about reparations here, now he will talk about money that is being spent. But when you really look at who is actually spending that money on, and who is actually benefiting from it, it's still the same white people.
Exactly.
So it is the system. That's why we're calling for it to totally be collapsed and we come up with our own.
Lauren GB first. Yes.
Okay. You know, as you mentioned this about companies and everything, what comes into my mind, Uguti, like I've always said, it's about time that black people, they need to unite and do things for themselves. It becomes easy for white people to manipulate the system because of...
We are divided.
No, apart from division.
Yeah.
It's my company. I've started it.
Yeah.
My grandfather actually started it.
Yeah.
Then my father was managing it.
Then I take it over. Yeah.
And I took it over. It's well established. And obviously, because of we are white people and we came up with this product, it is highly supported and bought by the black masses.
Yes.
You must understand, Uguti, the people who have the buying power.
Kirina,
I understand. And we are the ones who are making these guys rich. So therefore, we were doing this kind of a drink,
and
then it grows up from there, And then from that moment on, we start employing other people, other races. So we're going to remain on top there because of this is us as white people.
Yes.
This is our thing.
Yes.
Are you with me? Now, what's making us as Abotaki to fail to do the same? Why don't we have companies that are black owned by black people, where we've got black people working in, to a point whereby we'll not have this issue where we've got these kind of complaints. And I will tell you, it's doable. The only problem that we have is black people failing to work together because of, and you see now what we're talking about now is politics and all that, which is more corporate politics in a corporate space, what's happening. But the real issue here, it's self. Tina, we are the ones who are sabotaging ourselves. You know, I've seen white people when they are working for when they are working for a company that is owned by a white person, the employees who are down there at the bottom, they run the company as if it's their own business.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They take ownership of the business. They make sure that things are taken care of. Everything remains intact.
Yeah.
They've got that caring, nerve to say that this is what brings food on the table and I need to look after it because my kids depend on this. If I lose this job, or this company goes down, how am I going to take care of my family?
Yeah.
Tina Batagi, we don't care. Our Tagi, what happens is that you move them into a space and give them an opportunity and say, there's a business, this is the company, come guys, let's work together. We're going to go, we're going to be this far, this is going to happen. In a long run, they start to find ideas of how they can take over, how they can kick you out. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So as I'm listening to T Akuluma, I realize yes, he's got points, and I agree with what he's saying.
Yeah.
But I think there are certain things that we are failing Tina Kutsi's face as abantu abamnyama. There is something wrong with us. There's something wrong with us, I can tell you. Because of I'm born. I mean, look, it's a simple thing, this thing. We are here. This is Khosi FM, right? We started with a concept, and then this is a studio. And at the end of the day, it's very few or close to zilch, whereby you will find there'll be people who are loyal to make sure they are always here. They're always making sure that this thing flies.
Yeah. And
they run it as if it's their own, and they take ownership of it. You understand what I'm
yes.
saying?
Correct.
Like we were talking to you the other day. I've committed to say, I'm here. You understand what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what happens. I'm here. It doesn't have to be mine. But the fact that we are doing something here, at the end of the day, one day it's going to crack. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there has to be that loyalty. There has to be that honor. We lack that thing as Abotag.
Yeah.
And then from that, we want to come back tomorrow and blame Ingamla because of they've got that I don't know what to call it, that special character or whatever that you want to call it, that makes them to stick to something
together
and until it stands. Until it stands.
Yeah.
It's a failure to do that.
Of course we do.
But Jibilika, if you look at this whole issue of rights, if you look at this whole issue of democracy, I'll make a typical example, the youth of 1976, right? The youth of 1976 was under the apartheid government. They didn't have rights. And when you look at what actually caused the riots, is because the then government wanted them to learn Afrikaans, Kankan. Yeah. And they rioted. These were young people that were not even belonging to any political party.
Yeah.
They decided to go, enough is enough. You cannot now impose your language on me as a black person.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy that one. Now, look at what happened. All of them, they were fighting against a certain particular thing that united them. Today, what are we fighting for? Today. If you can give me one common thing that all of us are crying about and we want to fight against it, what is it?
I think, in a sense, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. So that is what causes all this confusion that you are seeing amongst us as black people. The day we find one common thing that is going to hurt all of us equally and the same, it will be the day we unite. You see, we won't even need a political party. We will even forget that we have political parties. Like now, Everywhere you go, each and every single corner, ki abahambi. And it's different movements calling for it. And when you see them working together, they even forget they are wearing different regalias and different, political parties. It is only the leadership on top that divides the people because of what they are saying, because of the ideology that they have, and because of they want to implement and obviously enrich themselves at the expense of the poor. But when you look at the poor and the people who are on the grounds running, calling for this Abahambe thing, they don't even care. Uguti, they are wearing, whether you are wearing PA or Tutula or Defend SA or Progressive, we are all together and we are fighting against this thing.
I like what you're saying because I was not aware, Uguti, in the actual fact, it has came to that point whereby people are united.
People are united.
Are united behind this, and they're saying that, you know what, we are all speaking with one voice, let them live. Because of, at the time whereby the kids were dying, snacks and all these kind of things, and we realized that actually toxic food was being sold, you understand? And these people actually, they are here on a mission to try and kill us. I was crying, Guti, why is it that we are not coming up together? I think another challenge that happens with us locally in South Africa, we take time to act. We wait until izinto sezi out of control.
Of course.
That's when now we start acting. You understand what I'm saying? Into my says, man ngeke zifike la. Man ngeke ziyenzeke.
And I affected banake, so why should I care?
Because now what he's saying now, it is giving me a different perspective. To say ukuthi, that means that now abantu abamnyama basukumile, they've seen ukuthi siyabulawa. So kahle now they are standing and speaking with one voice ukuthi everybody else who's not from here, who doesn't have papers, let them go.
But I know the worst thing happens, you get a party like the EFF. I saw something which disturbed me. On this one, the EFF actually, they went and with a case against Tudula. I don't know if you've seen that on social media now.
I did.
They went and opened up a case against Tudula. Tudula cannot. Tudula, it's a mapi the camera. Somebody tipi the camera. Just don't come behind me. You talk about on the inside. So they went and opened up a case. Against Dudula for Dudula saying they cannot allow any more illegal foreigners into our spaces, study clinics and whatnot. I'm like, what is your logic behind this?
It's actually they went and opened up a case of murder for a child that passed away. I think it's in Masakane, if not somewhere in Togongoma in Alex. And you know, this is very funny because when you listen to the lady speak, the lady says, I went to the clinic and I was turned away by a person who was wearing a green t-shirt.
Uwaga PA.
No comment. But the lady said that.
Yes.
And then, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. These idiots wanting to score cheap political points. They go to Alex police station and open up a case against a person. Sandile. Where was she? Because she was on the other side of town. Is that case even going to stand?
Corruption in South Africa, so you'll never know.
But seriously, this is where you see that, you know, EFF people are mad up here. They don't think. Because when you go open up a case against someone, you are actually accusing them of murder. It means they are the ones that committed the murder. So if someone was on the other side of town and a child died somewhere in the other side of town,
only because he was wearing a green t-shirt.
You understand? So this is the madness that we are talking about, to say we are being led by fools. I'm sorry to say this, we are being led by fools. And your intellectual people are sitting somewhere in their offices exploiting poor people for money because they are using the law to enrich themselves. I'm still saying they do that. And what divides people, it's this leadership of this political parties. You understand?
TS,
I wanted to come in there as far as my opinion goes. The leadership has failed us. Maybe I should make it clear. That's my stand. And the reason why I say that is, if you look at other countries, let's take, for example, China. Let me take China as an example. China is very deliberate and intentional. Remember, and I'll give you an example. Remember when Chinese cars were coming into the country, into the market?
Yeah.
That was about 10 to 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And people were saying, Chinese cars, they fake, they low quality,
Now
etc.
they've taken over.
Yeah, and the Chinese government was pretty clear. I am giving you a period of about 10 years to actually correct yourself and bring something that is good into the market. And look what China did. So they were incentivizing the automakers for China deliberately for them to be able to get to where they are now.
Yeah.
Another example, what we call Nexa in the country, nuclear plant. China has a company that's running where in one province they've got 9 nuclear reactors, as an example, because they were deliberate in having to make sure that organization delivers that mandate, nuclear power around China.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So, so the point that I'm trying to make is,
Tears. Hey, network today.
Can you network?
Yeah, network. I think. Let me just bring him back quickly. We can continue.
But you see,
and like to his point,
yeah.
Imagine China exploiting our nuclear capabilities, whereas we don't even use it for ourselves, except for Cape Town, Quebec.
But we will never have nuclear.
And what was Mandela's reason to close that thing? Next.
No, remember.
Yeah, sorry, Tears. First pointing on.
Yeah, sorry, network today. But in any case, the point that I was making is when the government came into power, it had to be deliberate in addressing issues for the black people.
Yeah.
And that's just it should have been the story from the beginning. It should have been the mandate from the beginning. And they have failed because for the one, they haven't created anything. I mean we can argue this point until we can, but pound for pound in the length of time that they have been in power, I don't feel anything substantial has been created. That's point number one. Point number two, they haven't addressed the issue of pushing the black men forward, or rather the black people forward.
Yeah.
And what they've done is they've actually regressed us in having to take the woman and empowering and changing the dynamics of what we are about. That's the second point. And third point is that Africa on its own had already laws. Let's not talk about the Dutch Roman law. We had already laws in place that were governing us before they came. So therefore, one of the expectations then was part of pushing the black agenda, if I have to call it, was then having to redress the laws and actually implementing the very laws that were in existence.
Yeah.
Because what we did is adopt the issues of the West and then make sure they stick, but they're not working hard. Let's look at, for example, the issue at divorce and how it was handled and how polygamy tried to address these certain points that are caused by issues of monogamy. Like I said, in inverted commas and with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
The whole idea about having yes, I understand. Now we have somewhat to blame, because if you think about it, we should have been working together, trying to organize ourselves so that we can put this forward. But government has failed us in the sense that the policies that are created or the policies that were expected to change to make us better and exist in the economy that we're still fighting for has not been done.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned the issue, you know, if you look at management of corporations or organizations, you have one guy that is fronting, and then you have maybe 2 or 3 executives, and then they would seem as if they are controlling the organization. But in actual fact, what I actually realized is that these white guys, predominantly white men, they will flood themselves in the level of operation. So where the decisions are taken of running the company, that's where they find themselves in. And that is the critical point that in each organization, as far as my analysis is concerned, it's hard to crack. Once you crack and be on that level, they will frustrate you.
Yeah.
They will make you to push yourself out.
I mean,
because they want.
Yeah.
So the whole premise of having to be in control is strategic.
Yeah.
It's looking at strategically where are the decisions taken and how they have influence in having to make sure where that level of operation is not touched.
Yeah.
And you see that in all sectors.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the DA's model. I don't know if these black people in the DA, they actually see what's happening. Most people who are campaigning for DA are black on the streets.
Yeah.
There are black people going all over the place,
Correct.
got the blue t-shirts and whatnot. But how to our parliamentarians? How many white people in parliament?
It's there.
It's
there.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You know, I'll give you a story that I have witnessed in KZN Bigville, right?
Yeah.
Ke tloga mo ke a driver ke a Bigville ha ke fitla mole ke thola a community is sitting, they are waiting, yabo, and when they are waiting this big truck comes e rwele mobu
like soil, okay.
This white man decided gore yena is going to be generous, he's going to donate mobu. I pull my uncle ko sighting and I'm like
to do what?
I don't know. I pull my uncle ko sighting and I'm like, uncle, why is this guy bringing mubu moluna? Like, hi, this mubu owner especially because the time the road tell go ditshimong, ha fetsa o tshela go ditshimong, we are going to buy the chemicals gore dijalo tsa rona di tlo ya ka pele ka re ampotse. You have been living here for more than 50 years and you have been plowing here for more than 50 years and the grunte tsa lona le di midi tsa lona di tswa gantle. Why would Mulungu come here now to come atloletlisetsa mubu and the next thing you must buy chemicals to make sure hore dijalo tsa lona di amela from that day. Bona
The nerve.
till today those who bought
Mubu, yeah.
Bon, I'm telling you, Nix.
He was coming to poison the soil.
Exactly.
That's why people like Abu Charlie are very dangerous people because these guys, it's actually a group of white farmers that are calling themselves, I think, SA what farming. These people go around these rural areas.
Poisoning
money,
that land,
poisoning the fatty, so that these people will come and buy these chemicals
from them.
And these chemicals you only buy them understand? Another issue as black people, I don't know whether we are too lazy to think or to apply logic to these things or what, but you know, white people have always managed to manipulate us in many ways. They know this thing here, willing buyer, willing seller, it doesn't favor us. Because we don't have that money. We don't like even the prices. TSO ubuaga key strategical points in terms of running operations. Bon. Even if you can submit a land claim and you do farming there, you still need the international market to can be able to sell your things.
Of course.
Who's controlling that?
Exactly.
White people. So your farm vele it will fail because you don't have the international market. It needs your product. But Bona they do have. Understand? And this is how they managed to keep us more fat to this day.
All right, Mabanga.
Mabanga.
Yes. My question there, one. Do we really need another commission in this country? Like, how many did you have ever seen that before?
There's no need for commissions, bro.
Why would someone have to come and tell you what this happened? That one said the bomb was serious. Why not just go and arrest them and get it done?
Exactly. Something. There's this act in the electoral act that says as a public servant you are not allowed or you cannot have a criminal case on your name. And if you have served time it must be after 5 years, then you'll be eligible to become a public servant.
Is he after 5 years?
Yeah.
Like we fit in 5 years.
We fit in.
Can it?
Yeah. That's how we're going to politics now.
I saw 26. How do you know?
I know because I'm part of it.
How do you know this?
So until one of these commissions, they are running away from that. Because you know these commissions, they take a long time, and by the time changing season,
yes,
new cabinet is coming in.
The old people
goes are out,
yeah,
and they will now formulate a new plan to can be able to protect themselves.
And these commissions, they only wanted to give it teeth kind of Zuma. The other ones, they don't even have anything.
Exactly.
They probably protect us office into itself. It only had the power to do anything kind of JZ. Man, nowadays, whatever they say.
But it's being used by what's on Charlie.
Yeah.
We understand.
Yes.
To manipulate the narrative in terms of protecting themselves.
Yes.
We understand.
Yeah.
And as I'm thinking now, I'm thinking but the companies is Coke. You know, the companies is Anglo man. When are they going to come here and account? Because they were accomplices of apartheid.
Of course
they made sure they suffer and then they fund apartheid. And they milk the land, and they have been milking the land for a very long time. Zuma takes 200 and something billion. He builds himself in Kanda, but
which can't even be proven. That's a lie anyway. It can't be proven. Yes.
So Mkhwanazi have been taking from us for a very long time, and you don't hear people talking about that.
Of course, I mean,
you see the
problem.
Commissioning.
Yes.
The problem is that
do we need another commission? That's the question.
Dialogue.
Yeah. Dialogue
Who still
is still there?
Is it still there? You understand?
Yeah. Like you are asked to come and tell me what I said I will do.
That's why no. But
no, guys, you know what? like what you're saying. But you understand? There's nothing that is happening here.
Nothing.
Except to waste our time, and all that. But my biggest issue is that all these things we see and we know them.
Yeah.
But I don't see the edge from our side as black people to stand up and say, you know what, enough is enough. You understand? Because everything that we talk about, look, we spoke about the issues of companies having top management, white males and stuff like that. All these things, it's systems that are set in place. But there's no way that you're going to be able to challenge these systems and make them change if, first and foremost, you're still fighting for inclusion. You need to stand by yourself, believe in what you're doing, mobilize your own people, have the same mindset, and they have one goal and work together towards that.
Yeah.
So as long as we still divided, either form, either way, whether religiously or whatever the case might be, there's nothing that we're going to achieve.
Yeah.
Will be forever remain played by those who think that they are clever than us. So for me, sometimes I feel a little bit exhausted to deal with obvious things.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, as we were talking about the issue of what's happening with the companies, who you see at the bottom and all that, I sit back and I think, okay, fine. Here I am, I'm a white man. I've started this business.
Yeah.
Or actually, my grandfather started this business, and I got to inherit it. And now it has grown. And I've got a problem with the fact, and I'm still repeating myself, with the fact that the majority of the people that are bringing money to this business is black people.
Yeah.
But Bona, the same black people, they fail to see that they can have the same company, even a much more better than my company, if they were to support each other.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the only way that we're going to get out of this mess is when we start to think like that. It's when we start to think like that. You know, about Tagiban, I remember one guy, he once said something, it was a comment. What is it that I was wearing? I was wearing something, was it a sunglass or something? Or a Versace? Oh, yeah, it was a sunglass. And he says, yeah, no, we keep on buying your books. You see, then now you're going to go and buy the next Versace.
Yeah, but
so you see, can you see good concentration iguphi, focus iguphi?
yeah,
exactly. Can you see the focus? You understand?
Yeah.
So about Taki, they are held up by these small legal things. I like to mention these things sometimes when we talk, and so it's not a joke. I've made my own analysis, and I got to realize all these small legal things, this kind of thinking, less kawatai because of this thinking. It moves into politics. It moves into business.
Yeah.
It moves into our society. It moves everywhere. Do you understand? Whenever we do something together, see United, we are always having this thing. But if you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we need to change that.
You know, Jibilika, are you aware, Oguti, Tina, we are the last generation that can actually say, I know life before cell phone was invented.
Of course.
I know life before internet was.
Yeah.
You understand?
And also before 94.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are the last generation to say, I tasted a little bit of Bantu education. Nekira spell. Understand? Who else can say that? I'm going to put it blind as it is. As long as we think we can sit around the table and negotiate for freedom, freedom is not negotiated.
Yeah.
It's taken by force.
Yes.
Yeah. Understand?
Yeah.
Which I said history is the best teacher. Which nation has ever sat around the table and negotiated for freedom, and got it?
It has never happened.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why things like Mkhwanazi, they are showing us for the reason why you go to police station and open up a case and nothing happens is because they are captured.
Yeah.
They are working with criminals.
Yeah.
They are working with politicians.
Of course.
That's why we get arrested and they don't. You understand? The reason why the laws keeps on going against us as the people of the country is because criminals are working with politicians, they are working with judges, and judges are working with police, and police are working with criminals. It's a one happy family up there.
Of course.
Without us being there.
Yeah.
So Mkhwanazi are actually giving us an opportunity to can riot or start something.
Yeah.
Especially with what is happening in Cape Town. So when you look at people rallying behind Abahambe, they need to be channeled in the right direction.
Yeah.
We understand?
Yeah.
This energy needs to be harvested. We don't know how we're going to do it, but the energy needs to be harvested because the playing field, people are ready.
Yeah.
All of them. They are ready. So we need to find a way to can say, no, man, this is a problem. You understand? It happened in Indonesia. It's happened somewhere where politicians were being targeted. The system is collapsing everywhere. In South Africa, it's the same. It's just going to be a matter of time before we start going for these politicians.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Your last words, Bafana Felix.
Gosh. Yeah, no. Tabiso took my words.
Yeah.
But I think in closing, I will say it again. We gave forgiveness to a people that never asked for forgiveness. And then from that standpoint, we need to understand what we are dealing with. Just as a black nation.
Yes.
That's point number one. And point number two, I think what I will concur with what Nick has said in terms of having to really think about the issue of having to work together and stop coming with excuses. I think we've come with excuses until now. They've worked, but again, let's not deny a time limit, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, T? Network. Okay, G?
Yeah.
I'll tell you speed to get my phone and back. I feel it takes point. So yeah, give us your last one. But let's get like a speed. Yeah.
No, I mean, the only thing that I can say, I cry for the unity of black people. I cry for black people. So, Sibone into A1. You know, this issue of some of us feeling good, we are not part of this. It does not affect me just because into Zama right. It's a problem.
Yeah,
you understand?
It is.
We are. I mean, I feel that we are being. We sit here. I mean, you can see that these intelligent minds, we all have solutions. I understand. Things that we see if we were to do 1, 2, 3, this can save our race as black people.
Okay.
But you get to be disappointed by certain blacks who feel as long as something does not affect them, so it's far from them. So there's no need for them to get involved. You understand? I mean, I see sometimes when I'm even selling books, a person will look at the topic and they're like, no, that's not for me. The ultimate colonization is not for you. And you are black.
Yes.
I mean, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, it wouldn't hurt to take the book, read it, and get to find out the content. What is the book about? You cannot say it's not for me. You understand?
Yeah.
And the person will say, no, I'm focusing more on issues of money. You know, if you can get me a book, or maybe if you can write a book about money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what world are we living in? So we are not united as Abotak. Don't think that people see what you see. I've noticed one thing, especially when it comes to black South Africans. They don't see what you see. And that's the reason why the response becomes the way it is. And that's the reason why sometimes certain things, they happen, they don't care. Right now, we're stressing about the issues at Cape Town. Believe me, there are people who don't say anything wrong with Cape Town. They don't say anything happening in Cape Town. Until shit hits the fan. That's when when did this happen? That's what I'm saying. So for me, it stresses me, this thing. It worries me. We need, I don't know how, but we need a system. It's like you can get a system whereby if something happens, as soon as we identify it, everybody sees it like, hey, this is danger. Then everybody stands up. Because of the way things are going about. There are certain people that just don't care about anything. They just don't care about, I normally say sometimes, ufika la ukuthi yacasuka khona uthi kahle kahle yathini abahambe bayofa man labantu laba kahle kahle kuyafana, you understand what I'm saying? And I once said this thing, that that's the reason why certain councillors, they end up eating the money, and then certain ministers, they end up chowing the money, not doing a service delivery and all that. It's becoming my time with Maria Fans or these people, they won't even appreciate. So I might as well just give them a cheap. I might as well just give them a cheap material, and take the rest and find out my school. You understand what I'm saying? Because of we seem not to. We seem not to be living in reality. We are not living in reality. The fact that right now we are in this situation after so many years of liberation, and we're still crying about petty issues, issues that were supposed to be standard. You understand what I'm saying? Issues that were supposed to be already sorted out. That should tell you a story about how we don't take life serious. We don't take life serious. About Taki, they don't. I mean, if by now we don't understand the importance of us arming ourselves and fighting to actually, to get rid of all these negative people that are coming into our space, especially as Ingamlalese. I understand. And then from there, securing Ingane Zetu and the future of our kids. If we don't see that by now, what do we expect?
Exactly. T, that's not
now all I'm saying, 1976 apartheid. Black people fought against it, and not every black people was against apartheid. There are those who saw apartheid as being good, and it only took a few group of people to fight against the system. You understand? And those people were called all kinds of names by the very same black people that they were fighting for, not knowing that people are actually doing them a favor by, fighting against apartheid. So all I'm saying is, even in today's days, we don't have to have 1 million people fighting against what is happening now. We just need a small number of people, people who are crazy enough to put their lives on the line, people who are like Mkhwanazi. We need people who are like that. And I know South Africans, we have a lot of people like that. So I'm saying we have to unite ourselves as South Africans first, before we can even think about any foreigner or anything. We as South Africans have to unite ourselves. We have to, work together as South Africans to fix our own mental issues that we have,
Yes.
psychological issues that we
That we
have.
have, yes.
If kumele sihlabe inkomo, we must do that.
Exactly.
Exactly, we must do that. Re kopane ko Moses Mabhida Stadium, re bolaye nku, re rapele, re etse ntho tsa kaofela, then re nke dithunya re tsamaya re kena strategy.
Exactly.
Finish. That's what we need to do.
All right. T. It's your last point, my brother.
Yeah, no. You know, it's a very interesting topic. But in a nutshell, I think phone Katile network was busy with me.
Yeah.
Today. But in any case,
117.
man.
Okay, okay. 117
118.
Go 117.
You should be going 180 for like
network.
Yeah, you should be going 180.
Uthomele taba no more. Uthomele taba. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need to be. I think we understand and we are aware of the predicament that we are in, and we also are aware of the challenge that is already here. And I say it's already here because we've been in it for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Maybe I think we still need a lot of healing and a lot of understanding. But I will say it again. I think we need to understand what we are dealing with, and I think we do. It's just maybe we are naive thinking that what we are dealing with will change without us having to take action.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we predominantly we are dealing with a people that never asked for forgiveness.
Of course, they never.
But we decided to, and we decided to give it to them.
Yeah.
And yet we still wonder why we find ourselves in the same position, even though we are almost 3 decades in democracy. So I think we need to wake up.
Yeah.
And by saying wake up, I mean we need to get to a point where if we are not up in arms, then at least let's create systems and ways that will eventually crack the mainframe.
Yeah.
So that then we can replace it with our own. But otherwise, it will be status quo.
Yeah.
And we will be in the same position and talking about the same thing 10 years down the line.
Of course. Yes, thanks, my brother. I don't know if you're gonna be with us tomorrow. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I don't know if you guys saw the CRL commission thingy.
Sure.
I think you remember.
Yes, I did.
Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
How the churches must now have licenses.
Churches must now
I'm
what?
saying, go for the Zimbabwean church. I'm coming.
Yeah, but the Kereke, they must register TS, and they've got operating licenses like practice license like clinic. Yeah, so tomorrow we are discussing that. 2 pastors, Sibanda, Sibanda. Can we please discuss this thing tomorrow? He'll be here in the studio. So I don't know which of you is going to be here. I got no Muruti said.
No, I think
Join them in. Join them in.
On the TS.
No, I think tomorrow I'll listen. It was quite an interesting topic. So
Yeah.
I'll comment on YouTube.
All right.
They are turning our churches into business here.
Yeah. So tomorrow it will be that. But I want someone who's critical, man. GB, if you think us, can I call you? Can you call in?
No, you can call me. Tomorrow you can call me.
Yeah,
I can join you.
TSR otla comment on the thing. It's fine. So let me call you and then when
you can call me. You can call me.
I can and I can move you outside.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome.
So tomorrow we are discussing that. Is the church in South Africa in danger? Now they're being asked to do register as businesses, as practices.
Yeah.
If I snap practice number, imagine number it's against the law or something like that shit. So tomorrow we'll be talking about that.
But then it's a system again that they want to tax the church now.
Of course.
They want them to pay tax.
Yeah, no, these guys are too rich.
Everybody. So TS, thanks my brother for joining us again online. And tomorrow get your comments, and on Wednesday you are here personally. Wednesday.
Definitely.
Wednesday we're here.
But me batla phone ba fanes ka Wednesday.
Phone.
Ira stress
Kore tabadi kreke ingkhuputsa umalume wezwe. Athi akunakuthula ezweni, akukubambisana ezweni, izosho lento.
All right, here tla go sana ke brother tla go ka Wednesday.
Sharp.
Wait, hola. Yeah, that was TS Tikitabo se Tato Sillo, one of our people here. He'll be on Wednesday. Got the best tape, guys. And then three of you will be sitting here. You're calling your wives.
Yes.
Hey, why you almost this time
I don't have tape.
Wait, I'm
listening.
Trainer when I get first tape.
Hey, now been labeled like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not really going. Hey.
Yeah, so Wednesday we'll continue Bakaichuka Kastepu, and then this time, like I said, you couldn't do it last week because of there was an outage. So let's just do it for the next week as well. So the women of the two polygamists in our midst, Bagaji Blika and Lebaha Tato, they'll be online. We talk to them online, and after this one, we might have others from Botswana to come here.
Yeah,
and tell us.
But before the Botswana ones, there's another group that I'm bringing.
Okay.
Hardcore Azania.
Yeah. I don't know what
Yeah. Oh,
how many women? Are you going to come with their wives?
Born.
Let's see them. Until one. Highly three men. Avelum Siragamwani or Kamonakam. Who were that man?
Yeah.
Felabel.
You know, I'm still asking myself, how do you guys do it? You know, Kinalusha about this Moja love. There's this Ntatoanga Konang Leva Sadili Gay.
Yes, kak dating. That is kaki.
Into it is for an agataman. Into Gatamana Busisega, where also Unama came up.
And I'm like, why would I subject myself to this?
No, I never said in front like a right.
What's it?
What's the problem?
No. So I'm thinking that what we can do, select Lamachita after this one,
yeah,
and then they come in, and then Lamachita Sebutuan. Probably we do now a combined thing.
Yeah.
Where we bring those guys and we bring the Botswanas.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, we still want to make connections, bro. Contacts,
yeah.
Yeah. So
So the Step series is total appeal every Wednesday. You're gonna bring everything. Every Wednesday, that last table fair. So even if we can bring other people who are different from outside to come and talk about this thing, beautiful. Well, I understand because I want it to be a series candidate or as every Wednesday is the day, but also get about table and they can see it. They can see it. Particularly remote or 3 Ashiba. How we ever but think to some to Guamac. You got 3 thing 4 and how do they cope? And what happen from the women? Because how do you guys cope?
Yeah, because what you believe they romanticized this thing. You know, they make it look nice. So let's hear from other people.
You know the issue as tape. The issue as tape is very interesting.
Yeah,
it's very interesting because of I got to understand something that when I'm in the space, says Tembu, I refuse to paint all women with the same brush.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When the challenges were coming up and you find Uguti, we're fighting over this, fighting over that.
Yes.
And I got to realize that no, man, there are women actually who do agree with this team.
Yes.
I understand. And it depends on the approach as well.
Yeah.
I understand. So to actually think that all women are against this team, that's not true.
Before why are they against Tembo?
No,
no.
It's not that they're against this team.
Hey, but don't refer your opinion. Just as a female.
It's not that they're against this team. I think women, just like anybody else,
yes,
there's an element of selfishness.
Ne?
What is in it for me?
Okay.
As long as there's money, as long as you can take care of them,
they will stay.
In most cases, they don't care. They will stay.
Are you serious?
And that is why I always say, Tina daughter, whereby we have to preach and teach history.
Yeah.
From Kemet.
Yeah.
And talk about migration. How black people used to live before.
Yeah.
As part of convincing your wife to agree to polygamy.
Yeah.
It's a sign that you don't have money.
Ne?
Because I'm not mali.
Yes.
They don't preach by sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. By sense.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get Masoko can hear him. Masoko does that. How's that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
If you cannot handle this, get out.
So if you're gonna find yourself now having to have a session of decolonization with your wife, educate, this is who we are, this is where we come from.
This white and this temple,
and then white people came in and stuff. I'm not new out here. I'm not new. No, you still have to deal with the mind. Uma unemali mngani lento lesimple yamtshela ukuthi ema ngithola umuntu ozokulekelela lapha futhi next week uphuma omalume ngiyabakhipha bahamba bokhipha amalobola maqala the uthi no don't worry lalela kanje ngiyomakhela indawo yakhe akazokuhluphana nawe so don't stress akula ungena khona wena hey but angithi nayi nyuku lapha mnikeza ichokonyana 20,000 ambo shopping bona impilo eqhubeka uthami impilo eqhubeka amadoda enza njalo so le ndaba okushumayela ukuconvince asenzeni ufuna umnikeza incwadi akanikujibile akayifunde azo understand it's because awunamali
ne.
I'm telling you right now, I've seen women, the one thing that matters for them.
Yes.
Ukuthi kunemali na.
Yeah.
Sinemali la endlini lo muntu makafika lana ayizothi le mali ebengiyithola ukwenza inwele bese ukuthi angisayitholi manje iya kuye. You understand?
Yeah.
I will still continue to live my standard and ngenza izinto the way bengizenza ngakhona noma khona angina ukuthi ngizobona any differences ukuthi okay sekufika omunye umuntu manje utake over and then manje senyashodiswa mina shodiswa lona. That's it. So the key thing about this thing, and this is the part where the system hits us as men.
Yeah.
When it comes to indaba economy, indaba imali, because of as long as amadoda anganamali, you can't be who you want to be.
Yeah. So this coming Wednesday, the spirituality behind Stembu, this book Lona le nyako ekreya same ya Jibilika, the guy who's here okosimo wena umfazi wayini hey kinsozi kumora humo
umfazi akalashwa
yeah, no divorce.
Yeah, I'm fast.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about this book. If you want to learn more about Stembu, please contact us on 064-548-776 and you can get your own copies. 250 fella book. Read, empower yourself. That's it. Why about that? So, thank you so much, guys, again for being with us, man. Today it was beautiful as always, and I thank you so much for those who have tuned in. Batuna ini from far anywhere you've been tuned in on Khosi FM. I want to thank you so much for taking your time and your data to be with us today on Khosi FM. Coming to you live on www.khosifm.co.za. Any sponsors inward who wants to sponsor our show, please contact us on 064-548-776. Those who wants to advertise on this show as well, please do the same. 064-548-776. I thank you so much, guys. Botswana people. Noah Maposa, thank you so much. I know you've been watching and listening, and then we'll be having you guys soon again. Bona Buffet, Ichaile, Iwile, Nagishapi Tumete, and tomorrow we work CRL and what they're doing to churches. Wednesday, spiritual Sastembu, we're in. Bye bye. I love you so much. Have a lovely night, Feda Mudimukyo. Bye bye.